today. Go forward across there. There's the president. Yeah. Does that sound okay to you? Go again?
I'm good.
No, just keep talking for a sec.
Yeah, that sounds good. Beautiful day.
Yeah, beautiful day. Right now we're now cooking. Yep. That sounded right. You, Jim? Do you need your headset on? All good? Okay.
Alright, so who's that? What number is he?
Third? Well, that's what I think. Jimmy is sitting on the bench. All the
$3.38. Now, Lindy's telling me again today, they're jumping up on the couch.
Oh. It was a pub 3 years ago. I showed them how old people can.
Oh, I've still got their mobility.
Still got the one. I don't think I could do it for the Of course you would.
Anyway. Griff, get him? Yeah. Griff's playing.
He is there, isn't he?
Alright. You got any changes? No. Who's out? Oh yeah, no. From what was listed on HQ? No? Okay, that's right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the AFL Taz live stream from the Devonport Oval NWFL Senior Men's Competition. We are up to round number 6. From Devonport Oval between Devonport Magpies against third place currently in the teams with a lot of history between them. Competitive match here at Devonport Oval, where it is as still as, not a breath of wind, currently very overcast conditions, and the ground is picture perfect. Joining me in the commentary is the NWFL President, Mr. Gary Carpenter. Carp, we're looking forward to a fantastic clash between the unbeaten Magpies and last year's third place getters,
Yeah, Xavier, beautiful evening here, or coming into evening time, and the ground is magnificent, and we are looking forward to the clash of the round. It might be one of the seasons this year, and umpires today, Daniel Wilcox, Chris Perk and Cameron Butler. Go X.
And away we go at the Devonport Oval. Ulverstone get first hands on the football. And then goes Bo Clemens, picked up in a great tackle there by young Nash. I had a quick chat to Jake Nash's dad earlier on today. He's the gentleman sitting on the fence today, Gary. Ball up towards half forward for Devonport. They get the ball out through the half back there. Taken in the lead.
I thought there was a free kick there for sure. Very unlucky not to get that free kick from Zach. Didn't take it out by the legs. Devonport going
as Keegan Lowe brings the football back inside forward 50. Target up front there to Butler, who's unable to take the mark. And a big fist by one of the biggest inclusions in the NWFL senior competition. Changing teams yet again. This time back at the home nest. Play
good to see him back here in Ulverstone land in the red and black where he belongs, I think, and he'll put in a solid performance today. Looking forward to picking up the spot in the rep side.
Certainly needed in the NWFL senior rep side, the experience of the defender. Just with the all-round utility to play Griffiths. No one going anywhere. Ball up again inside the forward 50 for the Devonport Magpies. Butler gets his hands on it. There goes Flanagan. Tries to tap it to the advantage of Hazelwood. He kicks forward, spiraling kick. No one able to take the mark. There by Tyson. Fires back up, throws it under his boot. Clark doesn't have a football umpire. That's in the back. Surely that's a free kick. It is. Advantage has been paid and away they go. So DeVries. I think that's Gaz DeVries. Braden DeVries. Only got the nickname Gaz. I'm looking forward to finding out about that one. DePoli inside forward 50 now. All to the advantage of his teammate up front. They're unable to take the mark, and Devonport relieves as they headed out towards the half-back flank. There's Lowe by a chain of hands. They brought it into the middle, and they kick the ball through Ryan now up towards half forward. Good contest there by Clemens and also Butler. Ball to the ground. No one able to take the clean possession. Ball still fumbling around. Out on the far side in front of the scoreboard. It's in the hands of Devonport. Inside, they're looking for, unable to take the mark with Ryan. He's got a hit across the top of the shoulder. No, pushing the back according to the umpire. Is it there, Gary?
Well, it's a bit iffy from what he's sitting up here at Xavier. He might have got hit across the head, but anyhow, he's got the free kick inside the 50-metre zone, 40 metres out. One down from Blair. He's a good straight shooter, in good form. First, second game back, I think, in good form. So there's a goal on the board.
He had an injury. Was he soft tissue?
I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, he's fit in a fortnight's time. I'll be really happy in Xavier to take him.
NWFL representative side. There's a shot on goal. Just Blair Ryan goes across the face, and that is the first score of the game. One behind. So Devonport lead as we hit the. It says the 28-second mark. I'd suggest we're about 3 minutes into the first quarter. Nonetheless, McGurk, unable to take the mark, gets the free kick as the player comes back facing him. That was Kelly. So Jet McGurk, just like his father. That's why he's called the namesake Jet. Ball going into the hands of number 30. Here's the inclusion. That's Wiggers for Ulverstone Robbins. Tyson there was first though to relieve, and then comes to Fletcher. Fletcher kicks towards centre wing position and running onto the football, taking the mark. That might be Mason. Took an absolute hurler here the other week, Gary. Were you happy to see that?
I was, didn't you? I just turned my eyes the wrong time. I looked at it on play on the live stream later.
The redhead Nash kicks the ball inside forward 50. Castles is there now. He gets it back to Nash. Nash is kicked across his body. He's not to the advantage of his teammates. And it gives the Ulverstone Robbins, and that's Bo Clemens' first opportunity. He kicks the ball back up towards centre of the ground. Kelly runs back with the flight of the football. Braden Van Buren feeds the footy back, and they're going to relieve here through the clutches of Hingston. Hingston goes wide. Getting there with Clark overrunning the football. Butler, he gets his foot at the ball, and Clemens is going to be first there for the Robins. They're showing some good defensive practice, the Ulverstone Robbins early, Gary.
Yes, going well. It's a beautiful pace of the game. There's real tempo in this game. No one's prepared to give an inch at the moment. Both moving the ball as quick as possible.
Ryan there gets a fist onto the football, goes the opposite direction to which way they are heading at the moment. Picking it up though is the captain, Braden Van Buren, throws the leg into it, up towards half forward. Mason there first, and he's going to get the free kick for across the shoulder. And the Ulverstone Robbins plays on, wastes no time. He goes to a leading forward. He's taken the mark. He's a great lead by Devonport Magpies up front.
Lockie Kelly.
It is Kelly, I thought it was. Lockie Kelly will be having a shot on goal. There we are, we're almost 2 minutes into the match. Are they catching up? Maybe they are. So Lockie Kelly will be having a shot from around about 25 metres out, from about a 45-degree angle. No wind to speak of, and he kicks towards Gary.
Beautiful goal from young Kelly. Actually a great lead up mark and a beautiful disposal in.
And the old Robbins plays on, wastes no time. He goes to a leading forward. He's taken the mark. He's a great leader. 25 metres. And the Ulverstone group scoreboard, it's 1-1-7. The Devonport Magpies will play 3 minutes. Ulverstone yet to score. Lockie Kelly with the first goal of the game. Just a quick update with regards to the previous game here from the Devonport Oval. Devonport in the Development League, 12-4-76 defeated Ulverstone Robins, who were quite gallant in defeat 5-7-37. You caught a boost of that, Gary?
Yeah, it did in the last quarter and a half. It was a pretty handy game actually, and Ulverstone left the Oval with a couple of free kicks and missed opportunities.
Free kick in the centre of the ground given to the vice captain for the Robins. That's Jackson Blair. So the policeman on his left boot, inside forward 50, goes over the top of the breeze. Oh no, it's actually the tip rat, Mickey Lenane, who led up. Ball's now in the hands of Tyson, who received it by hand. He kicks on that left foot up towards centre wing position. Meeting it there with Kelly. He goes wide by hand. Keegan Lowe, he's under pressure. Clark, good tackle. Umpire says that's holding the football. So Clark wastes no time. He gets the handball. It's a poor one. He's going out towards Jake Nash. He had a 50 disposal game a couple of weeks ago. And he hasn't touched the pill as yet. Getting his hands on it, his muscles McCall. He's brought down at a tackle by Big DeVries. The umpire said it was a free kick before that and it's going to the hands of the accumulator Keegan Lowe.
Yeah, just got caught at the wrong time there. Keegan never had the ball and free kick.
Jed Spears across to Hingston. You hear the Devonport Constabulary next door, that's the coaches. They were just corresponding to kick the ball to Jake Nash. They didn't do that. They've gone the opposite direction. They're under a bit of pressure. Tyson's up to it though. He steps inside and then goes with that trusty left boot straight into the hands of DePola. There's a quick turnover back inside towards the Jet. That's McGurk. He's able to take on Spears. He goes backwards. Good pressure applied by Spears. They try to follow up through the Robins. Good pressure again by the forwards in the Robins, and they're able to try and get the football out. No one be able to get the boot to it except the Magpie in defence. It's going to go out towards the boundary line. Is that a Lassie free kick? Yes, it is.
Play on straight away.
And the kick to the top of the 50 has been marked by the Robins. That's number 15, and that might be Braden DeVries. So that's Gaz.
Is he in kicking distance? He's going to kick right on about the 53 metre. I don't know whether he can reach it from there early in the game.
No, unless he's got John O'Freeman's genetics. John O'Freeman kicked it from the square the other day and still had 15 metres. Anyway, beautiful conditions here. Whoa, I tell you what, Gary.
He got it over the goal.
That's not a bad looking kick. Just gone across the face. One behind. Just a light hook there, Gary.
We'll back him in next time because he done it easy actually. So goals can be kicked outside 50 today.
Obviously, he's had some tutoring by Boyd McGurk. Troy Davies. Those two, they were excellent explained. So good mark there. The kick out by Evan Lockwood, the big fella. He's in contention for the NWFL representative side. Kicks the ball up towards centre wing position, far side of the ground. He's in the hands of, have a look at those muscles McCall. Goes forward, finds Kelly. Now, for those of you that don't know, where in number 30 is Oliver. Fletcher is number 9. So, ball, still centre wing position, comes back to Kelly. Now 1-2, it's a poor kick inside 450. Castles is trying to have to do the work. Is that Mason or Kelly? Sure gives it back to Nash. In fact, it wasn't either of those. But Castles has taken a good juggling mark. So that might have been number 22, and that was Jesse. So Castles is a real opportunistic, and he might take the opportunity here, Gary.
Yes, I think he can really put that through his back himself. He's not looking for any shorts at the moment. On a reasonable angle, about kicking for about 40 metres.
So, no wind to speak of. 1-1-7, plays one behind. Oh, that's horrible. The commentator's curse. Anyway, away they go to the Robins and they relieve. Ball out wide from Griffiths, who received the handball into the hands of Clemens, who's also going to be involved. That's a beautiful kick. They feed it by hand into Nash. Nash needs to. He turns it over in the centre of the ground. He needs to get his hands on the field. He does indeed. Tyler Kelly, back inside forward 50, over to Mason. Mason feeds the ball back, over to Kelly. That would have been Fletcher. They're going to relieve here through, I think that might have been Jet McGurk, maybe. He's gone forward, back. Anyway, they're up to half forward right now, and that's McGurk. McGurk's got it in his hands now. What am I thinking of? I don't know.
Yeah, Clemens probably sputtered the ball back there. I reckon you got confused that way, Xavier.
Most likely. Van Buren goes out wide, so the Magpies now. Oh, look at the tip rat go. He was hungry for the football and he got a bit of leather tasting. Ball inside forward 50 towards McGurk. The kick there was by down when the ball goes across the boundary line. Oh no, free kick's been given away. What was that for? Interesting. Third place, Ulverstone Robins. They're sitting on 12 points currently. Devonport yet to lose a game. They've won 5 games. So 3-2 for the Ulverstone Robins. Ball's in the hands of Lachlan Riley now. Feeds it back. That might be the Spears. Spears goes longer and finds Castles. Castles on the inboard. Gives the footy up to Jayden Wicks. Wicks inside forward 50. Taking it is Kelly. Turns around. Throws on the right boot. Not a bad looking kick, but it's over to the right hand side. So Lachlan Kelly goes to 1-1. Makes him the margin as to 7 points. Good ball movement there by the Magpie Garrett.
Very good going through there again. Kelly out on his own. Would have been easy with a goal. Looking dangerous early in the game.
Exciting contest. Also got a close game, I believe, at Wynyard. We'll get some updates with regards to the scores shortly. Bring the ball up the plane again, hit the 50-metre mark. We'll just possess it. It's a good decision by the Ulverstone Robins. Take control. Don't let them put hold of the football. Well done just getting his hands in there. That might have been Wicks. Wicks feeds it back out to Ryan. Ryan's handball. He's had a throw. He put it down for it. Didn't get it over to Tyson. Tyson gives it back to Blair. As he moves off the mark, not 50. Blair goes forward. He's looking for McGurk. Coming back to the flight of the football was Kelly. Kelly goes forward with his kick. Not to the advantage of his teammates. So Clements, desperation, throws it on the boot. Back inside 450. 2v1. Magpies v the Robins. And the Magpies are going to relieve here. And it only goes as far as Jackson Blair sitting across that centering position together.
I think Devonport's going extremely well because they've got a better forward set up at the moment. Ulverston's getting it in there as much, but just can't penetrate right into that 30-metre zone, although they've got it now.
Jordan Kelly's kick inside 450, about 15 metres out. They're going to hold it in there with a tackle on Tyson by Oliver DePoli, one of the VFL members, playing for the Ulverstone Robins.
This is an opportunity for Ulverstone here to get a goal on the board. Should come over the back. It does, but the Devonport.
Too easy. They release. Ball. Spoiling his teammate was Bond over the top. So Devonport over to get the kick and it comes back towards half back. Shooting out and taking the mark on his chest. He was a former Devonport player and Lilico. Finds Clements. He's been busy early.
In good form early. Goes short onto the wing.
Off the low line, I reckon. Away he goes. He follows up with a 1-2. Kicks inside 450 and a great mark. Jeez, I tell you what, they look like as far up.
Yeah, good mark. Great mark on the chest, leading hard out to the centre there and just inside the 50-metre zone. Jet McGurk on his chest with a beautiful pass in from Bowen Clemens.
Has he got the distance in him, Gary?
No, I don't think so. If he does, he'll be offline. How's that for putting him down straight away?
All right, we'll see what happens. So Luke moved for Cowan down on the boundary line, not on the ground today. He's giving some instruction. He's close to the man on the mark. He has a good kick at it. Sorry, my apologies. He's got a good penetration with it, and unfortunately, again, similar to his teammate, he goes across the face and put the barrel on it, and it goes through for one behind. So they're 2 behinds. They've had 2 opportunities. They could actually be in the lead, by 4 points. 1-8 versus 2 behinds kick out. It's wide on the far side of the ground, formerly where the Devonport club used to be. Devonport still have possession. Now the lead, again, they go long. It's a different style of play. Ooh, up over the top with Hazelwood, unable to take the mark. Here goes DeVries.
DeVries again, another free kick.
John's given away the free kick there. So they give it to the hands of the Devonport Magpies. By hands, they chain it through. That's a poor distribution there by Jessup. I think it might have been. Comes back to I'm not sure who that was. Might have been Kindly, inside forward 50. And good desperation there by Robbins holding it up inside the forward 50. 1 to 8 plays 2 behinds. Advantage to the Devonport Magpies. What are we? 12 and a half minutes into the first quarter. Ball comes up, goes straight down. First there was Bo Clements. It's been busy. And that will be another Robbins looking to get back on the field, Gary.
Once he gets in there, because we need to walk, Anderson needs to work that ball closer to the goal.
Hazelwood picks the ball up, throws it onto his left foot. Tip though, wasn't to his hands. McGurk, his teammate, McGurk gets there, and then they go back to Hingston. Hingston then brings the ball inboard and kicks it Butler, the teammate forward. Butler stands and delivers, kicks the ball a little bit up, looking for his teammate, getting back. That was number 11, that's what I was thinking of before. I haven't quite worked out who that is. That might be Nolan. Nolan there for the Ulverstone Robbins. Just coming back. Oh, that's a good mark out on the far side of the ground by the Robbins. They feed it back to Nash. Nash steps around him. He's under a bit of pressure. Decides to step around his would-be opponent. And away he goes forward with the kick. Up over the top there was McGurk. He dropped possibly what he should have taken. Look at the tip up. After the football, back to the Jet. McGurk's handball, the advantage of his teammate, and he pushed as when the ball goes across the boundary line by Van Buren. And you don't get a boundary, it's still at the far side of the ground. That contest from the Devonport Oval, Gary.
It is good play for Oldham to get it down to the 50-metre zone. McGurk's got to find himself one-on-one instead of competing one-on-two sometimes. I think he should have pulled away from that contest and created another option for the kicker coming down the ground.
Eichberger throws the ball in, Butler first there, Enlight, Conley, that's incorrect disposal, you have to avoid the tackle, and the umpire says yes indeed, and that might be Logan Lamprey that's got the football. Logan Lamprey now, the number 10, kicks the ball inside forward 50. Oh, Blair, unable to take the mark, hands it off to his teammate, kicks it up and under. Butler's there first to Polly at the bottom, gives it to his teammate, throws it on the blue, goes straight up and down. There's a nest of Magpies, they don't take the football, Blair tries. Then holds up the Magpies right at the top of the goal square. We'll have another ball up.
A bit of panic there in that last kick and went up in the air. Had a bit of time on his side. Could have moved around a bit and had a straight shot for goal. Settle down, boys, and make them put him through the middle.
Not cleared. I reckon we're going to get another one top of the goal square. Oh, ball just jumps out. Is that holding the football, umpire? Oh, it is, according to the umpire.
Is it?
Yes. Just turning that over. Not happy with it. That's Jordan Kelly.
Oh dear. Don't let it go over and lay over. Should have probably been a 50-metre penalty there. Wouldn't let Kelly up to get the ball.
So that's number 9. So that's Fletcher Kelly. So Fletcher Kelly now doing his best work in defence as a kick though. Is that a mark? To Bond? No. According to the umpire, so Devonport are going to relieve. It comes in the hands of Manny Jessup. Getting instructions from the coach's corner. Right next to us here, up with the Frank Matthews still. Jessup steps around. Bowen Clements inside 450. Good use of the body there by Charlie Castles. He's a great exponent of working within a phone booth. There it goes, Gaz DeVries. Look at his boot, up towards centre forward. Unfortunately though, it falls into the hands of the captain, who is super consistent, Gary Carpenter. Jake Nash is definitely beating his older brother with regards to the possession count. Blair Ryan feeds it out, he's looking for Oliver Kelly. He's going to get there, up against the Clay Griffiths. Ball now into the hands of number 44. Oh, sorry, no. I was trying to work out number 24. Then would have been even Lockwood. So Lockwood loses the football. Away they go. Goes to DeVries. Goes out wide. That's a beautiful kick. They feed it by hand into Blair. Blair's got an open goal face. He kicks towards the goals. And on the back end of that, right on the goal line, guess who it is, Gary?
Yeah, Braden Van Buren again. Read the play beautifully. Drifted back in on his own inside the 10-yard street.
Hingston all the way out now to Bramage. Bramage had a couple of touches so far in this quarter. Comes in board, finds Kelly. Now this one is the Oliver variety. There he goes back to his brother over the top of his head. They're in a little bit of trouble here. There's pressure being applied by the Ulverstone Robbins. He's not sure what to do. It's Fletcher. His kick goes back And there's no pressure being applied on the Magpies or the Robins. Back over to Oliver Kelly. Rushes with the handball. Gets it to Low. Low to Ryan. He's got an open goal square to kick to from the 50-metre arc. Has a shot on goal. Ladies and gentlemen, Blair Ryan.
Big finishing work there. Xavier by Alderson, let the pressure off all the metres off their immediate opponents. The ball just cracked back through. From the stakes earlier on, going back to the forwards, Devonport, they got it back and on their terms, took it to the midfield and just no pressure from the Alderson players. And great goal, Blair Ryan.
Blair Ryan joins now Lockie Kelly. The two majors for the Devonport Football Club, they moved to 2-2-14. Ulverstone are two behinds. We're coming into the 18-minute mark of the first term. I mentioned before.
Development League. I'm going to see if we can get some updates with regard around the grounds very shortly. Ball low at the moment. It's been in dispute. Comes to DePoli. DePoli kicks the ball inside 450. There's a tip run. He's down underneath it. There's Gaz de Vries. He's unable to take it. And we're going to get another ball up. And you're trying to pull them up. And A's having a few words with number 34. That might be Kynan Lee. I'm happy with the treatment that he's getting.
Orange boots, Kynan.
Taking it away is Kelly. Oliver variety this time. Up towards Blair Ryan. Good place to go. Getting there first over is Jonty de Vries. He's able to feed it out to his teammate. That might be Bond. Bond around the body. Goes wide. Out towards the far side of the ground. Devonport are going to mop up here through Kelly. Kelly to lead. Well, that's too easy, Gary. Oh, they're out here. Muscles McCall. What's he doing? Turn around, son. Feeds the ball back. Now they go inside forward 50. Who's got the opportunity? No one. The coaching components up here aren't real happy. There's Muscles McCall back. He goes across his body. Shot on goal. Goes right across the face and bounces through for... No, not through. Across the boundary line. We're going to get a boundary thrown. Very lucky, really.
Yeah, Alderson's letting the pressure gauge slip a little bit there, and just in a couple of little instances, they've got to continue to run this quarter out. Otherwise, Devonport could blow them out to a 5 or 6 goal deficit.
There's a close one up at Wynyard Recreation Ground. Gary, there's Muscles McCall again. Great smother there by the Robins. That might have been through Bo Nash this time. And across the boundary line it goes again. 2-2-14 plays, two behinds. Currently, there's 60 apiece at Wynyard.
Bernie might trouble Wynyard, the same type of side, and a really good midfield, Bernie.
I think it's 10-6 play, 10-6 apiece. You know, in fact, it's 10-6 to 9-6. Bernie are now in the lead as they go out to Bond on the far side of the ground. He kicks the ball longer. Look, he's asking McGurk to do the impossible. Guess what he does? He gets it out to Gaz de Vries. Gets it back to the Jet. He's got the Poli on the inside. Ignores him. Kicks further afield.
Good decision.
And that was a good decision according to Gary Carpenter. It's in the hands of Jordan Kelly. So Kelly will have the opportunity to score. They need a major in order to be able to stem the tide. Gary Carpenter.
Yeah, they're closer in the goal on this one. This one gives them the perfect opportunity to kick a goal. But again, the ball going down that far wing into Jet McGurk and 1-on-2. There's got to be other options somewhere that creeps into their game. Somebody else has got to put their hand up, take that pressure off young Jet. But he done extremely well to get the ball out and continue to move it on.
So Kelly with the opportunity. No wind to speak of.
Umpire didn't move.
And the umpire hasn't moved, so I'm going to suggest that's a goal. Absolutely. Needed it. They're happy with it. And the coaching department down there on the boundary line of the Ulverstone Robins are pretty happy with the outcome there, Gary Carpenter.
44 from Jordan, number 44, Jordan Kelly. Great goal because you need them. Is coming in the 20-minute mark, and it's only a goal the difference basically. As I said, Ulverstone have had the opportunities, Xavier, but they just need to work it a bit more clean, find different options to Jet McGurk going in because he's usually 1-on-2, and the Kelly boys will leave their immediate opponent, go across and create that 1-on-2. Look for somebody else. 2-2
plays 1-2 advantage to the Devonport Magpies coming up to the 22-minute mark of the first term. 42 plays 1-17 at East Devonport. There's 6-6, the Swans versus 17-15. The Penguin Two Blues. Jake Nash out towards Blair Ryan. He follows back
Beautiful.
Up. He's been brought down in a tackle. Well done. Who's that? Oh, Big Brother Bo. Just establishing the status quo.
Yeah. He was away there too, young Jake was, and his older brother mowed him down on the finish.
Feeds the ball by hand out towards Ty Nolan. Nolan goes further afield. He follows back up to Bo Nash. Along there with the Scott, is it? My apologies. Who is it? Number 13, Blair. I was thinking Scott Blair. It's Jackson Blair. Scott Blair is not playing anymore. If he is, holy dooly, he's doing better than Pendlebury. Out the ball, out the back. It comes towards Keegan Lowe. Holds his feet, wins the football, feeds it off to Mason. Mason goes towards the top of the goal square. There's a contest there. Kelly loses it. Ball goes to ground. Flanagan tries to feed it by hand. It comes out to Griffith. They've done that well, Gary Carpenter, the Robins.
They did get out of that and play looked completely out of position there in that marking contest. Away they go down the far wing, Xavier. It's
in the hands of Bond. He got it from young DePoli. Comes in towards Gaz de Vries. He's going to use that big leg. Is he kicking to the advantage of his teammate? Yes, it is.
Now they're finding these avenues opening up.
And one of the players, formerly of Devonport, I think he might have been Jake Wiggers off the top of my head, but nonetheless, he's now representing the Robins. Brought into the senior side, late inclusion, and he's going to be aiming a shot on goal just exactly from where Jordan Kelly did a few moments ago.
Wiggers has come in at the expense of Murphy Cohen, who's injured. It's given him an opportunity.
The fixture at circular head, Gary, as he has a shot on goal. Splits the middle.
That's a goal. That puts the really comes in 23-minute mark, and it's all square 2-2 apiece. And this is a game of really fast, intensity football, high-class level football. Not a lot of mistakes, not a lot of turnovers, but both sides prepared to really take the game on with hand and foot.
And we've got the close one at the Devonport Oval. Classic day for football here on the Sunshine Coast. If you're anywhere in the vicinity of the Devonport Oval, I encourage you to get up on the Goodstone Group scoreboard at the 23.5-minute mark. As Gary Carpenter said, it's 2-2-14 apiece.
Nice crowd too walking through, Xavier, underneath us here at present, enjoying this beautiful evening.
Certainly, they certainly are. And there's a bit of spite going on out there. There's Clark, not happy with the attention that he's receiving there from, I think that... Free kick. Not sure who that is in the middle, but we'll find out very shortly.
Off the ball to Bo Nash.
Yeah, so Bo Nash is going to receive it. Shake of the head there by Keegan Lowe. So Nash, former teammate, kicks the ball wide. Bond takes the mark over the top of Bo's younger brother, the fiery redhead, Jake Nash. So Bond kicks inside forward 50. Lead by his teammate, unable to take the mark. Ball comes to ground. It goes to Kynan Lee. He's got time, he's got space, and he feeds the ball by hand back to Keegan Lowe, who's great smother there by Ulverstone, followed up twice. Excellent work by Jordan Kelly. Oh, there's a roll through. That's a goal. Oh, my goodness.
What's he going to call? Is it over the line? Oh,
that's a goal. That's a goal. Can you believe it? That's going to Jake Wiggers. That's his second.
And just a quick thinking. No one knew the siren was going to blow. Quick think, kick off the ground. Had enough there just to roll it over the line. Was rolling around about the 10-metre out mark when the siren went. So unbelievable at the end of the quarter. Puts Ulverstone in front.
Certainly does. 3-2-20, the Ulverstone Robins leading the Devonport Magpies premiers for the last 5 years, 2-2-14. They're undefeated in season 2026. We might be seeing the first of their defeats this year. And Gary, there's a little bit going on.
I tell you what, they've got 3 quarters to go yet. Don't burn too much energy.
Gaz de Vries, big Bryce de Vries. There says hello to Fletcher Kelly, and that's on again. Oh, someone's been put down. Oh, it's on. Oh, wow, the tribunal's going to have a little bit of work to do. We've got there's a bit of a melee going on here. There's players getting involved. Look at Muscles McCall and Jake Nash and Liam Flanagan. The big fella, big Bryce de Vries, and Kelly not happy. Gaz de Vries trying to sort out Braden Van Buren. There's still a couple of players on the ground.
They haven't separated yet. They're all hanging around. One thing about them, they're sticking together.
That's right. Umpires need to get in and sort this out. Ethan Bond starting to walk away now. So's Jackson Blair, the vice-captain, showing his leadership.
What an end to a quarter, a great quarter of footy, and it shows that intensity and the fire in this inside their stomachs. Both sides want, and they're still having to go verbally at one another.
Yeah, Clay Griffiths is just mentioning a few things. Yeah, same with Bryce de Vries.
Umpires trying to separate him. Quade Bayard's there. Look, he's the ring manager by the look of him out there at the moment.
Well, it's all happening here at the Devonport Oval. What a contest we see. 3-2-20 the Ulverstone Robins, 2-2-14 the Devonport Magpies. Goal kickers for the Ulverstone Robins, 2 to Jake Wiggers, 1 on the siren. and 1 to Jordan Kelly for the Devonport men, 1 to Bo Bramish and 1 also to Lockie Kelly. For a quick summary of the first quarter on this great contest at the Devonport Oval in round 6 in the NWFL Senior Men's Competition. Gary Carpenter.
Look, Xavier, I'm not going to talk about players. What a great end of that quarter. NWFL footy at its most intense footy with Ulverstone and Devonport. Ulverstone want to try and create some history here. Incredible players are up and about. They're really enthusiastic, and they didn't want to give anything out there at the end of the game. Look, I think both sides, the score's 6 points of difference as we see, but both sides are nearly 50-50 here. They're equal. Players, the Nashes. I'm intrigued with the ruck work of De Vries and the Devonport ruck work in Braden Butler. That sort of impressed me. I think Jet McGurk's been good in Ulverstone. You got Blair Ryan up forward, and you've got Lockie Kelly up forward for Devonport. What a great contest. NWFL footy at its best.
Certainly is. Quick around the grounds. We see at the end of the game, I think it is for the East Devonport versus Penguin contest over at East Devonport. It looks like the Penguin 2 Blues, 17-16, 118 have defeated East Devonport Swans 7-6, 48. Currently deep into the fourth term. It is 5 points the advantage. I think there's less than a minute to go. The Burnie Dockers 10-7, 67 by 5 points over the Wynyard Cats. Currently at Wynyard 9-8, 62. At Circular Head, well, there's a good contest going on there, Gary. They're deep into the third quarter, 13-10, 88, the Latrobe Demons. And Circular Head Saints 7-8, 50, so competitive, and they're still within striking distance with a quarter to go. And as we mentioned, it's 3-2-20, the Ulverstone Robins leading the Devonport Magpies here at the Devonport Oval, 2-2-14. It is NWFL senior footy at its best. We're going to take a break here from AFL Tas live stream from the Devonport Oval. We'll be back very shortly.
At the moment, picking it up though is the captain, Braden Van Buren, throws the leg into it, up towards half forward, Mason there first, and he's going to get the free kick for the Ulverstone Robins. Plays on, wastes no time, he goes to a leading forward, and he's taken the mark. He's a great leader, 25 metres out, and about a 45-degree angle, no wind to speak of, and he kicks through the goal.
Actually a great lead up mark and a beautiful disposal in.
Do that, they've gone the opposite direction, they're under a bit of pressure. Tyson's up to it though, he steps inside and then goes to that trusty left boot straight into the hands of the Polo there. There's a quick turnover. Is that a Lassie free kick? Yes, it is.
Play on straight away.
And the kick to the top of the 50 has been marked by... Whoa, I tell you what, Gary!
He got it over the goal.
That's not a bad looking kick. Just gone across the face, one behind, just a light hook to Jaden Ricks. Ricks inside forward 50, taking it as Kelly, turns around, throws on the right boot, not a bad looking kick, but it's over to the right hand side, so Lockie Kelly goes to 1-1, makes him the margin to the I reckon. Away he goes, he follows up with a 1-2, kicks inside forward 50, and a great mark. Jeez, I tell you what, they know for Cowan down on the boundary line, not on the ground today. He's giving some instruction. He's close to the man on the mark. He has a good kick at it. Sorry, my apologies. He's got a good penetration with it, and unfortunately, again, similar. Is that like no one there for the Ulverstone Robins? Just coming back. Oh, that's a good mark out on the far side of the ground. It's Fletcher. His kick goes back, and there's no pressure being applied on the Magpies by the Robins. Back over to Oliver Kelly. Rushes with the handball. Gets it to low to right. He's got an open goal square to kick to from the 50-metre arc. Has a shot on goal. Ladies and gentlemen, Blair Ryan.
Xavier by Ulverstone, the pressure.
Out to Gaz De Vries. Gets it back to the Jet. He's got the Poley on the inside. Ignores him. Kicks further afield.
Good decision.
And that was a good decision according to Gary Carpenter. It's in
the ball out and continue to move it on.
So Kelly with the opportunity. No wind to speak of.
Umpire didn't move.
And the umpire hasn't moved, so I'm going to suggest that's a goal. Absolutely. Needed it. They're happy with it. Poley comes in towards Gaz De Vries. He's going to use that big leg. Is he kicking to the advantage of his teammate? Yes, it is.
Now they're finding these avenues opening up. Come in at the expense of Murphy Cowan, who's injured. Just give him the opportunity.
The fixture at Circular Head, Gary, as he has a shot on goal. Splits the middle.
That's a goal. That puts the really comes in 23-minute mark. And
welcome back wherever you are to the AFL Tas live stream Round 6 game from the Devonport Oval between the Devonport Magpies and the Ulverstone Robins, and it is the Robins that lead the Magpies at quarter time 3-2-20 to Devonport 2-2-14, and we have a great contest on in this round 6 fixture, Mr. Gary Carpenter.
Yeah, this will be interesting. The first 10 minutes, we'll see what side's going to come out of that bit of melee at quarter time, and a big palm out by Bryce DeVries.
So Ulverstone go forward, but the mark has been chopped off there by Kelly. That's Tyler. Tyler feeds it back to Spears. Spears' kick goes over the top of Ryan, who was working there, and it comes off the hands, I think, of Liam Flanagan. I'm going to get a boundary throw in to just forward of the centre. Now the interchange to the advantage of the Devonport Magpies. Ball comes knocked down there by Lockwood.
High, was it?
No, says the umpire. Mason gets his boot to ball, goes to Castles. Castles wide to Blair Ryan. Inside forward 50. Front position was Griffiths, kicking the ball off the ground. Opportunistic. That was Lockie Kelly, and goes through for one behind. So first score of the second quarter, Gary Carpenter, Devonport.
Yep. Devonport have the ability to win this ball out of the centre, and Ulverstone's got to match that, and they've got to get their share. Like Bryce won that easy, but it went to Devonport back into the centre of the ground.
Yeah, good kick, big kick by Clay Griffiths, but it wasn't to the advantage of his teammate. The mark's taken there by Tyler Kelly. It's his second possession in the space of 30 seconds. Goes forward. Teammate unable to take the football. Ulverstone, they feed it back out. Back inside forward 50. Top of the goal square. Kelly, good smother there by Bo Nash. Off the ground, Castles. Good tackle being applied there by the Ulverstone Robins. They're coming through the services of Zach Hazelwood. Holds it up. Top of the goal square. We're going to get a ball up to the advantage of the northern end, the Devonport Magpies.
Looks like Devonport has moved Big Braden Butler into full forward.
DeVries versus Butler. DeVries wins it. They get it and they try to feed it out. Knocking it forward was Clemens. Getting there. Gaz, DeVries. Over to Clark. Clark feeds it out to his teammate and Downward. Downward goes wide. Finds Bond right on the boundary line in front of Jake Nash. Nash had the opportunity to hit up Wiggers. Oh, he could go downfield, but he goes to go inside. That's a beautiful kick. Grass cutter that was. Yep. So that's in the hands of
McGurk.
It is the Jet. And that's a poor decision and poor execution heading towards Wiggers. The Bond gets there, but they lose the football. Comes out to Nash. Nash's kick on the outside of his boot's a good one. Ryan.
Poor decision going in there, Ulverstone.
Ryan's execution poor. Man that had the hands on the pill, leather poisoning in the first quarter. That was the young man from King Island, Clemens. Was that not holding the football? Got his boot to ball, according to the umpire. Nash kicks the ball forward, inside forward 50, following up. That might be Downward. Downward's kick goes wide. Kelly takes it across. Is that deliberate, umpire? No. Boundary thrown right in front of the wet area, and Dav's Diner.
I reckon he might have been a little bit lucky there. He just had a couple of metres inside the boundary line and just decided to jog over.
So boundary throw in. Very fortunate. Well, it's Kelly. DeVries. And Lockwood. DeVries gets it. Follows back up. Is that in the back? No, he says the umpire, I'll have it. I'll have the ball up.
He's working hard, DeVries. Really actually giving them something in these contests.
Using his weight. Knocks it down. Is it to the advantage of the pole? He's under pressure from Kelly. Fletcher variety. Gaz DeVries goes across the boundary line. Under pressure by Kynan Lee. I think that... No, it is Kynan Lee. Boundary throw in.
Orange boots on Kynan there. We've got to get it out of here. Ulverstone, an opportunity to try and get it clean. Push it probably into the midfield.
Even the umpires are wearing orange boots these days, Gary. What's going on in the world?
Hey,
Bo Nash. Top of the goal square. Oh, is that a mark to the Robins? No, says the umpire. Ball comes to the ground. Kelly picks it up. Feeds it out to... who's that? That might have been Bo Bramage. Bramage's kick back towards the centre. It's repelled by Ulverstone. Ulverstone's kick out towards Jake Nash. He's under pressure from Bo. Gets it back to Lee. Over to Ryan. Ryan's handball misses the target. And that is a lasso free kick. And that'll be going to Bo Nash. Might have the chocolates over the younger brother at the minute.
Just at the moment, unlucky there. Devonport had full control of that ball. And just a bad handball in the finish. Good mark.
Yeah, good mark, and that's Kelly. He's possibly been the predominant player. Tyson having a bit of a chat. Who's that? It's Gaz Debris down the bottom there. The boys, they're still going on with it. I'll look at the football. You tell me what's happening down the forward line for the Robins. Kelly. Oh, he's got leather poisoning. This is his sixth possession. We've only played 3 minutes. Away he goes. He goes wide. That's going to go out of bounds, surely. Oh, is it kept in? Unbelievable. Bond picks the footy up, kicks it back inboard, and finds big Bryce DeVries. Goes around Blair Ryan, inboard. They go wide to Blair. They got runners on the far side. Bo Clements takes off in front of Mason. Kicks the ball inside forward 50 to the advantage of, I think there might have been Wiggers. Wiggers unable to take the mark. Ball goes wide. Devonport again to relieve. Kelly, Fletcher goes wide. Mason, who was chasing Bo Clements down that wing, is on the opposite side, is able to take the mark. Holding him up was Clements.
Can Ulverstone do better when they bring in that ball into the forward line? Again, 1-on-3 back there.
Big fist. Griffiths. Ball kicked off the ground to the advantage of Devonport by Castles. Flanagan's back there first. Handball over the top. Just putting his teammate in a bit of pressure. There might be the big fella in Cruz. They get it back to Flanagan. Flanagan's kick finds Griffiths. He looks forward. Oh, that's a good mark. Good kick. The Jet gets it out wide. Over to the Bond. He looks forward. He wants to bank on it. That's a big deposit by Ethan Bond.
Good mark, Braden DeVries, and well used, Ethan Bond. Put it over onto the attacking side of the Devonport defenders and give Braden a chance to back onto it. And this is what Ulverstone's got to do. They've got plenty of the ball going in, but they're just not using the right options at times. But that was 100% improvement. Put it through the big sticks, man.
In today's economy too, Gary, after the budget the other night, I'll be putting my money on Bond, and there, guess what? He banks it there to the big fella. So big Gaz DeVries. Has he kicked the football? He has. Unfortunately, he's missed what he should have.
He probably used all his energy there, having a bit of a scuffle with the Devonport boys a few minutes earlier, Braden.
So 2 behinds to his name. He's had 2 opportunities in order to be able to bank a couple of goals. Unfortunately, maybe the taxman got him. Capital gains.
Should not miss them.
Out wide, Fletcher Kelly. Kick gets knocked forward. Again off the ground. Is that not in danger? But according to the umpire, he got away with it. That's low. That's what he was to the ground.
Some great tackles here by both sides, causing stoppages.
That's right. Hazelwood on young Nash there. Ball up, almost centre of the ground. Butler gets it down into the hands of Muscles. And he's wrapped up in a tackle there by number 11. I think that might be Ty Nolan.
Looks like Lowe's on chasing Bo Nash around. That must be a tagging role at present.
Interesting. So Jake Nash wrapped up in a tackle. And according to the umpire, that's holding the football.
And he'll play on.
Well, he's got to get rid of it quickly. He does. Kicks inside forward 50. Oh, the tip rat standing underneath it. That was courage. He doesn't mind getting underneath. Into the sewer. Gets fed out by DePoli to Bond. Bond was looking again for the tip rat. Unfortunately, it wasn't to his advantage. He had to strain a bit more than his hamstrings could handle. And the ball goes out of bounds. I'm going to get a boundary throw in. 2-3 plays. 3-3 advantage by 1 straight kick to the Ulverstone Robins, Gary Carpenter.
Ulverstone's had a lot more attacking options this quarter early now. We're at the 8-minute mark, and Ulverstone been dominating a little bit into the forward 50.
Butler gets the ball down to Spears. Spears, handball back into congestion. It's not going anywhere. We're going to do it all again.
Some interesting man-ups when you get low chasing Bo Nash. Usually it'd be the other way round.
It's interesting to look at the ground at the moment. It's one-on-one football.
Everywhere, yep.
Kick goes out of bounds on the full. That's through Lockie Riley. So Ulverstone will be able to bring the football back in. It'll come through the service of Bo Nash.
Obviously, the coaching departments of both teams have instructed their players to be toe-to-toe, basically in the defensive zone when they haven't got the ball.
Top of the goal square. Big pack flies. Ball comes to ground. Who's going to be first there? Jake Nash is. Steps one way, steps the other, then kicks across his body. He's looking for space. Finds it.
Free.
Player who got copped across the shoulder will receive the free kick. That's Kelly. Bramage is mucking around there with Clark. I'm not exactly sure what he's trying to do. Anyway, free kick goes to Kelly. So this is Lockie Kelly. Goes wide. No one able to take the mark. They knock it forward again to Devonport. Still hasn't quite cleared the congestion. Hazelwood's jumped on top of it. Are they in his back? No, says the umpire, and we will have a ball up.
Slowed down just for a second at the moment. More packs now forming around the ground. We'll see which side wants to cut out here and try and break away with this ball.
Lights are starting to take effect. Butler gets the handball from the ball up. Off the ground goes Bo Nash. Bramich is back there under pressure. Releases the football. Falls into the hands of Downward. Downward turns around. Kicks the ball back inside. That's a good leader. So, is that DeVries?
Yes.
I think it is. So, DeVries goes wide. He's under pressure there by Tyson. Gets knocked over. Still finds his teammate. They bring the ball to the far side of the... the near side of the ground under pressure there was DePoli. Giving away the free kick was Lockie Riley. Is that not 50 metres? Was that his teammate that threw it back?
I think it's his teammate that threw it. I think Wiggers threw that back.
He leads back up. He's going to get it back to Jake Wiggers. That was poor defence there by Kelly.
He'd be disappointed in himself.
Has he got this in his range? He throws out the mouth guard, then picks it back up. Does Kelly?
Has Jake got a funny kicking style, hasn't he? And will he make it? He's going to be on 52 metres.
Jet McGurk turns around to stand himself up. Oh, it's a poor kick.
Made the out-of-bounds line on the full quite easy. Xavier trying to go too long with it, not had the range, and yes, out of bounds on the full.
So, 2 goals and 1 out of bounds on the full. So, Jake Wiggers thinking that he might have had some luck on his side. Unfortunately, yeah, chewing on his boot. Anyway, ball goes to Cruz. Cruz tries to knock it forward. Off the ground, there by Lowe. Lockie Kelly picks it up, now feeds it by hand. Over to Kelly. Oliver Variety, back towards Keegan Lowe, misses him by handball, follows back up, gives the forward ball to Jake Nash. Jake Nash's end over end kick to the advantage of his teammate is good enough to be able to give it across to Jessup, across his body on his right boot. But it doesn't quite make the distance. Last line of defence, the Robins are there.
It's Clay Griffiths.
So,
Devonport were really good taking that ball from the centre down, even though it wasn't clean. There was a player running past all the time.
Not sure who that was. I don't think that was Clay Griffiths, one of the younger players.
In the orange boots.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be Lilico, but I'll get back to you on that in a minute. Nonetheless, we've got a boundary throw in. Just south of the Eric Webster from the Devonport Athletic Club committee room. Butler beats DeVries this time in the contest from the ball in. Jessup runs onto the football. Great tackle there applied by Bond. Wraps him up 360 degrees. They go around and there's going to be another ball up just inside the forward 50. Still Eric Webster side of the ground. Devonport kicking to the left of screen, so the northern end. Bass straight in.
Oh, good handball.
That was a good handball. Comes out to Devonport player. Kicks towards the top of the goal square, and that's a good fist. Number 19. Yeah, it was Taj Lilico. So Lilico again saving the day. Comes into the point post, and we will have a boundary thrown. Big fist. 2-3 plays 3-3. Advantage to the Robins. 6 points the margin. 21 plays 15. Straight up and down goes Hazel with his handball. Back to DeVries. Out towards Bo Nash. Nash kicks the ball inside as he chewed off more than... bitten off more than he can chew. Comes towards McGurk. McGurk gives it to Braden DeVries. Gaz goes wide. Out towards Bond, who had his legs taken out from underneath him by the Devonport player. That might be
Jaden Wicks.
Yeah, Mr. Wicks. And Mr. Wicks has given away the free kick. So Bond goes back. Inboard. Is that Nash? No, it's Hazelwood. Hazelwood.
Wide.
Wide. Out to Griffiths. Good possession. Over to Clemens. They're holding their shape here well, aren't they, Gary?
Spreading Devonport's defence here now pretty hard. Making them cover ground. Or bad kick.
Yeah, Lilico's got a bit of work to do. Takes on Bramich, loses the football, comes out to Ryan, over to Lee. Lee's kick goes end over end, doesn't go anywhere. Ryan has to go back in and win the football. Geez, he follows back up, gets the handball back out. No one's able to take it cleanly. Big tackle then being applied there by Ty Nolan. One of the late ins for the Ulverstone Robins, the number 11. We'll get another ball up just in front of where the Devonport Cricket Club under the Orions will be placed. Gary Carpenter. Muscles McCall loses the football. Advantage given. Umpire.
No advantage there, really. It was caught straight away as soon as the ball came out. And They go on. Devonport back into the centre half forward zone.
Kynan Lee, lucky to get away with that one with the Devonport Magpies. It's in the hands of Butler. He's asking for someone to move forward. I reckon he's got this in him, to be honest with you, Gary.
Yeah, he has probably out there. I think he's a big man. He's got big, powerful legs. He's going to back himself in now when there was no lead coming.
15-minute mark. He goes short. Who's the leading player? That's poor defence.
Oh, checking.
That's Lockie Kelly. So Lockie Kelly with 1 goal, 2, to his name. Will now have the opportunity to put another major on for the Devonport Magpies and join the Ulverstone Robins on 3-3.
Beautiful lead from Kelly, and actually well done by Braden Butler. Held up. Everybody thought he was going to have a shot, and Kelly provided the lead and was rewarded with a beautiful kick into him. Straight as it I'd say.
And that's no, to the near side.
Oh,
that was a late call by the umpire.
I didn't think the umpire moved. You nearly would have put money on that. It was straight through the middle.
Well, he went right across to the goal post there and decided it was a behind. And there's a 50-metre penalty being given away. Again, I'm not exactly sure as to why. Is that in the hands of De Vries? No, it's in the hands of Griffith. So he runs to the centre of the ground, kicks the ball inside forward 50. In front is DePauli, I think. Yeah. No, it's Bo Nash.
Yep. Was being held on to two at the same time. Some of these Ulverstone players today have been unbelievable, taking these chest marks in a one-on-one competition. McGurk and Nash and these type of players have been outstanding in their attempt to win the footy and get these marks. Great to watch. Come on down and have a look.
Let's see what he can do. The boy from Nashville up here in James Street. Kicks. Close to the man on the mark.
Straight through the middle.
Hey, diddle. And you can see the beautiful porcelains that the father does have. Nonetheless, at the moment, he can't say much because he's sitting right on the fence between Bo and Jake.
He's going to get a win either way today, Xavier.
Certainly is. They move out to 4-3-27. The Ulverstone Robins 2-4-16 at the Devonport Magpies.
It's been an entertaining game, even though the scores are low. A 17-minute mark of the second quarter. The scores are reasonably low, but it's been a really entertaining game.
Matty Nash, the father of Jake and Bo. Bo being the elder. Jake in the middle. Bo's up forward at the moment. Lockwood versus Bryce De Vries. Lockwood gets it down. Ball's kicked forward by Clark. Obviously got a role to play in the centre there. And Riley holds the footy up for the Devonport Magpies. Forward to the centre for the Ulverstone Robins. Coming up to the 18-minute mark. Second term. 2 goals to mark. Or not quite 2 goals to mark. 11 points in favour of the Robins.
Another ball up.
Lights starting to really take effect here at the Devonport Oval. And that green carpet out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Free kick.
Even Lockwood has pulled out De Vries. He's going to get the opportunity to take the free kick. He's a big kick, Gary.
Yeah, bit frustrated there, Evan.
Uses that left boot. It goes out towards the advantage of the Jet. He's under pressure by Spears. Doesn't go any further. So McGurk stands up, hands the football back inside the forward 50 to the umpire. 2-4 plays 4-3, advantage Robins. 20-minute mark coming up with the second term. Wicks got the football. Came from Lockwood. Tackle being applied by DePauli. We'll get another ball up. De Vries doesn't quite win it. Follows up with a tackle. Bryce.
Working hard, Bryce De Vries gets on the ground for the ball. This is a really good contest, these followers.
Third ball up in a row in the space of 30 seconds. Bond misses the tackle. Comes out to Nash. Nash's kick end over end. Under pressure. This is what we want. We want a contest. Ball kick forward there by Muscles. Have a look at the muscles on that young man. McCall. Away he goes. There's Jessup. Good, clean football. Loses it though to Nash. Under pressure. Bo Nash kicks the ball up. Is that in the back? No, says the umpire by Bramich.
Oh, held up, was he?
O'Reilly knocks it forward back to Bramich. Gives it to Ryan. Look at the boy. He's a bull. Out of the middle. Kicks the ball towards the top of the forward 50. Getting back. Trying to take the mark and intercept. That might have been Lillycove. Ball goes to ground. Flanagan's over the top of it. It's held to him. Not going anywhere. We're going to get a ball up inside the forward 50 now. In front of the Eric Webster stands. We're coming up to 19.5 minutes in the second term.
Great defence there from Ulverstone. Every player's absolutely going 100% for these contested marks.
Nash finds his target. That might be Claridge. Claridge goes wide. Oh, now this is the man we want the football in. The tip wrap, Mickey Lane. Let's see what he can do. I wonder if he will be vital in this second half. Kicks the ball on. That's a poor decision.
Yeah.
He's asking the Girk to take on 4 or 3 players from the Devonport Magpies.
And Tyler Kelly pushes back, takes a great mark.
Certainly does. He's had a great second term. Goes wide to Van Buren. Van Buren.
Hurt himself, Tyler, as he's coming off the ground.
He kicks the ball wide to Jake Nash. The Nash boys, I tell you what, they're enjoying a bit of leather poisoning tonight. So Matty Nash, dad, got the big pearly whites out, the big fella. He's happy with what he's seeing from the 2 young gentlemen that are representing Nashville here in at the Devonport Oval. Ball's not going anywhere. We're going to get a boundary, a ball up just far side of the ground in front of that new big stadium.
I wonder what the discussion will be at the Nash's Sunday roast tomorrow, Xavier.
Yeah.
Who's going to get the chocolates? Who's going to get spoiled by Mum?
Yeah, well, Mum's love is eternal. Dad, on the other hand, has got favourites. Ball in the hands of Kelly. Kelly goes inside forward 50. Castles uses his body against Flanagan, kicks the ball off the ground across the face. Still in. So getting there first, I think that might be Clements. Overruns the football, goes back to try and pick it up. They dive on top of the football. Does Devonport Castles? Flanagan, good tackle. Wrapped up, and the umpire says we'll have a ball up inside the forward 50 for Devonport. They got away with one there.
They did. I was very desperate. Clemens done extremely well to follow that ball and cause that stoppage.
So boundary throw in. 22-minute mark about to hit here. Butler, tap forward. Flanagan, smothered by Butler. It's going nowhere. Surely it's going nowhere. No, it's up and down. Gives it to Clemens. Clemens across the body. That goes up and down. Who's going to be there? McGurk gets a fist. Ball to Nash.
High.
Is that too high?
Oh,
That's holding the football. Big deep breath. Evan Lockwood takes the football. He's got Spears running beside him. Ignores him. Kicks the ball to the space. Getting back. Well done, Hazelwood. That was courage.
Yep. Could have took the mark, actually took it down in front of him, but no, done well, pushed in front of the pack.
Griffiths holding up the Devonport player and Kelly with a big tackle. We want to be running into Clay Griffiths. Ball down there by Cruz. Nash, head over the football. Wrapped up by Kelly. We're going to do it all again. 16 plays 27, 23-minute mark coming up now. Advantage to the Robins. Sorry, Gary.
Encouraged by these young players. They're putting their head over the ball and going to the ground to try and win it.
Ball comes out by Ulverstone, lands in the hands of Tyler Kelly. So Tyler Kelly, waste no time, being best on ground in this second quarter. Kicks towards the top of the 50-metre arc. Ball's knocked away from Wicks. It goes to ground. No one able to clear at this juncture. Kelly feeds it back out. Comes to Wicks on his left boot. Inside forward 50. Bounces into space. They're going to release here. Flanagan. Handball. Goes to space. Castles is there. Meets number 33, Mr. Claridge. They've got a bit of work to do, Ulverstone. They could be in a bit of trouble here. Ryan over the top. According to the umpire, we're going to have a ball up. Yeah, nonetheless, we're outside defensive 50 for the Ulverstone Robins.
And actually backwards and forwards, and these guys are really putting everything into it. One or two are starting to bend over.
Ball to ground. How would Troy Davies be feeling at the moment?
Oh, you'd have to be, I think, reasonably happy with the situation you're in, and they're not letting Devonport get away with any easy kicks, either inside or out. So I would say they're doing everything that's been asked of them. Lockwood
gets the tap down. Goes forward. Applying the tackle was Nash. And Kine and Lee's been wrapped up. And umpire says we'll do it all again. It's still one-on-ones, isn't it, Gary?
Yeah, they're really putting some work ethic into it. Can they sustain the work rate for the 4 quarters?
And this is without one of their leaders on the field too, Murphy Cohen. So interesting to see what happens as the game wears on. DePoli gets it from Clark, kicks it up and down. Big fist there by Nash. Ball goes across the boundary line in that contest. And we're going to get a boundary throw in centre wing position.
And with both sides, with a lot of players out today, it just gives those other players this opportunity. And they are actually, both sides, the new players in are really taking it on.
They certainly are. Great contest here at the Devonport Oval. De Vries tries to allow Nash to get hold of the football. None across the shoulder, according to the umpire.
24-minute mark. If the Robins can hold on here and don't let Devonport score, they would go in at half-time feeling really good.
Small wins by both teams, in particular the defensive efforts by the Robins at the moment. And we're into red time as the ball goes nowhere. And we're going to do it all again.
It's great footy. It is absolutely great football. No side's wanting to give anything out here free of charge. So if you can get a goal out of this, you've done exceptionally well.
After half-time, there'll be a bit of dew on the ground. There's no doubt about that. The lights take control here at Devonport. Was rather humid today. Clark on top of the football. Umpire!
All of a sudden, one comes out.
How is that? Anyway, it goes to low. So low. Doesn't waste any time getting back. That might be the big fella, Cruz. In front of the leading Magpies. Ball goes to ground. They're all asking for holding the football.
Great courage shown. Great courage shown by Cruz. They're backing back. 25 minutes ticked over.
Butler throws him out of the way, so Cruz is going to get the free kick. Two big efforts by the big fella. As we're into red time, brings the football wide.
Yes, use it well.
Grandstand side to Poley. To Poley's kick. Nash. Two Robins it was, Gary. So Nash, Bo. Would be the leading possession getter on the ground, I'd imagine, at this stage. So. Nash towards centre wing position. McGurk. The tip back. Should have stayed on the ground.
Put both Nash's possessions together, they'd be pretty high at present, wouldn't we? We'll add them up as one.
Absolutely.
We should have a challenge between the Nashes and the Fletchers. See who gets the most possession for the families.
True. There's the siren at half-time, and this has been a great contest at the 26.5-minute mark. 2-4-16, the Devonport Magpies. They trail the Ulverstone Robins 4-3-27. I'm going through the goal kickers, Gary. You might want to keep an eye on what's going on out on the field. Players still mingling amongst each other. Goal kickers for the Ulverstone Robins. Two to Jake Wiggers, one to Jordan Kelly. All of those goals were in the first term, and one to Bo Nash. So they only kicked one goal in that second term. They kicked one goal, in fact, did the Ulverstone Robins. The Devonport Magpies, one apiece to Blair Ryan and Lockie Kelly. Kelly had the opportunity to convert a couple in the second term, unable to do so. He's got 1 goal, 3 to his name. So at half-time, 2-4-16. Two behinds to the Devonport Magpies in that second quarter. Ulverstone Robins 4-3-27. With a synopsis of the first half, Gary Carpenter.
Thanks, Xavier. Just going through the players here. Look at it, as you said, 2-4-16 to 4-3-27. Ground still in perfect condition. Not a lot of dew yet. There's going to be some great footy. When you look at these two sides, where do you go to and who's going to change the course of the game in the next quarter? I look at Ulverstone in front. Bowen Clemens really good for that quarter. Bo Nash come into the game. Between Bowen and his brother Jack, getting the football lots and lots of time. He come into the game. Young Ollie DePoli's not quite there yet. I think he's been in and out a bit. Chad McGurk again leads up. Ethan Bond was pretty good that quarter. And even Zach Hazelwood was pretty great. I really love the contesting work of Bryce DeFries. I think he's doing extremely well at present. You get across to Devonport. There's so many players that are probably not getting the required amount of touches, just doing enough. And when they get the ball, they run through, make it look easy. I think over the whole side, if Devonport are free, they look absolutely unbelievable. But once they get a bit of pressure on them, they sort of slow them down. I think the Kelly boys are doing real well. Jake Nash is doing still really well. You can look across them all. Lockie Kelly, I still love the way he plays. I think he's a powerhouse up forward there, and he's the one that can bring it back into the game. But all in all, what a great half of footy, and it's a beautiful evening, a good crowd, and the players are responding to the crowd here, sort of urging them on. Xavier, I think we're in for a great last half of football.
We certainly are. An update with regards to the scores around the grounds. Full time at East Devonport, 7-6-48. The East Devonport Swans went down to the Penguin 2 Blues, 17-16, 118. At Wynyard, upset on the cards there. Bernie Dockers making Wynyard lose their first game of the season, 10-7, 67 to 9-8, 62. At Devonport, we've got 2-4-16. The Magpies, they're in arrears of Ulverstone Robins at half-time, 4-3-27 and deep. Well, about 8 minutes to go in the last quarter out at Circular Head. It's 17-12. The Latrobe Demons, 114, leading the Circular Head Saints 10-10-70. As I mentioned, 2-4-16 plays 4-3-27. Advantage to the Ulverstone Robins on the Goodstone Group scoreboard. We're going to take a break at half for AFL Tasmania. Live stream from the Devonport Oval, and we will be back to bring you the second half. Brought to you today by Terry White, Chemmart Chemists, sponsors of their women's game and NWFL senior women's competition coming up a little bit later on between the Ulverstone Robins and the Devonport Magpies. Stick with us. Inside forward 50, front position was Griffiths, kicking the ball off the ground, opportunistic. That was Lockie Kelly, and goes through for... Set out wide, over to the Bond. He looks forward. He wants to bank on it. That's a big deposit. Budget the other night, I'll be putting my money on Bond, and there, guess what? He banks it there to the big fella. So big Gaz de Vries. Has he kicked the football? He has. Unfortunately, he's missed what he should have. Being applied there by Ty Nolan. Also one of the late-ins for the Ulverstone Robins, the number 11. We'll get another ball up just in front of where the Devonport Cricket Club under the Orions will be placed. Gary Carpenter. Muscles McCall loses the football. Advantage given. Umpire.
No advantage there, really. He was caught straight away as soon as the ball came out. Took himself in there when there was no lead coming.
15-minute mark. He goes short. Who's the leading player? That's poor defence.
Checking.
That's Lockie Kelly.
With a beautiful kick into him. Straight as it I'd say.
And that's no, to the near side. That was a late call by the umpire.
I didn't think the umpire moved, didn't he?
Side forward 50. In front is DePoli, I think. Yeah. No, it's Bo Nash.
Yep. Was being held on to two at the same time. Some of these Ulverstone players today have been unbelievable taking these.
From Nashville, up here in James Street. Kicks. Close to the man on the mark.
Straight through the middle.
Hey, diddle. And you can see the one will be vital in this second half. Kicks the ball off, and that's a poor decision. He's asking the Girk to take on 4 or 3 players from the Devonport match. Kelly goes inside forward 50. Castles uses his body against Flanagan, kicks the ball off the ground across the face. Still in. So getting there first, I think that might be Clements. Overruns the football, goes back to try and pick it up. They dive on top of the football. Does Devonport Castles? Flanagan, good tackle. Wrapped up, and the umpire says we'll have a ball up. Welcome back. It's the AFL Taz live stream from the Devonport Oval for the second half in round 6 of the NWFL men's senior competition on the Goodstone Group scoreboard. Currently it's Ulverstone. Got a bit of a turn up for the books. 4-3-27 leading the Devonport Magpies 2-4-16 as Devonport gets a free kick out of the centre and went to Lockwood.
Troy wouldn't have been happy with that.
No, not a good start. Pressure being applied there by DePoli. Kelly, Lockie, inside forward 50. Ooh. Good mark. Over the back. Dow defender and Griffiths. Kicks the ball wide. DePoli. Chip up.
Oh, it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's why Flanagan sort of gave up the ghost there and started running back with the Devonport player. That might be Castles. They head back towards the goal square. So ball's in the hands.
Kine and Lee, I reckon it is. Orange boots, Xavier.
Yeah, orange boots. Kine and Lee it is. Kicks him board. Ryan misses the football. Hazelwood. Out the back there, I think that might be Nolan. Comes back to Ryan. Ryan across his body. Top of the inside the goal square. Oh, they've got to boot the ball.
Charlie.
Oh, can you believe it? Charlie Castles boot the ball.
Oh.
Well, there's not much you can't do with Charlie Castles. He's a different shape for a footballer, Gary Carpenter, but he is a wizard when it comes to the goals.
I was just thinking there at half time, if Devonport wants some extra out of players on the forward line, Charlie would be one, and he stands there, two Devonport, two defenders, holds his space, holds his ground, and basically a donkey kick off the back of his foot puts the ball through. An intentional one too, not just by mistake. Xavier absolutely knew what he wanted to do.
That's right. Harness racing driver.
He might have been thinking he was kicking the horse along to get it home for the win. He was.
Yeah, with the jig. No doubt about that. And he did a little jig after he got his boot to ball there. So it's 4-3, plays 3-4. Advantage still to the Robins. Ball back towards Devonport's forward of centre. Lee brought down in a good tackle. Or was it across the shoulder?
Across the shoulder.
Interesting.
And it is.
And Lee has the opportunity to kick them deep inside forward 50. So they've upped their intensity. No one able to take the mark. Good contest. Ball knocked forward. Not having the football and being held was Taj Lillico, and he's going to receive the free kick according to the umpire.
Ulverstone don't want to let anything get out of the bag here because they'll lose that lead pretty quick.
Flanagan. Grandstand side. There's the kick in favour of. He takes it across the boundary line. Devonport Magpie. And that is Hingston. So, Jakey Hingston.
Fair in front of the commentary box.
Here you are, Junior Rodman. And Guido Hazardis.
Well done, Evan.
Just throwing down some encouragement to the boys. Nash, Bow. Got his boot to ball. Tyler Kelly starts to mop up. Good fist, late fist. Being on Mason there by
Clemens.
Yeah, the boy from King Island. Have a look at the size of him. It's got to be that kelp. Marrawall gold sort of stuff. That's what that is.
Good saltwater air.
27 plays 22, 5 points the margin in favour of the Robins. We're king to the left of screen. Lockwood has won all the taps so far this quarter. There's Lee again at the bottom of the pack over the top of Nash. Surely that's a free kick. That was over his head.
Umpire on the wrong side there. Caught on the wrong side on the infield.
So we'll get a ball up. 3-4 plays 4-3. Advantage to the Robins. Gaz DeVries. That's around the neck. Play on, says the umpire. Comes to Ryan. Kicks the ball up and under. Gives them the opportunity. Flying was Mason. There's Griffith. Gets his hands on the football. Is wrapped up in a tackle. Is that Castles hanging on to the back of him? Certainly is. Just flicks it out the back to Charlie. It's going to look like Mike very shortly, as soon as he cuts those locks. As Ryan goes across the body with his left boot, and he misses to the near side.
3 point.
So Blair Ryan with 1 goal, 2 to his name. They're quick to move the footy out of full back. Clemens, Nash, Bow. Brings the footy back in board. I don't mind this. Gaz DeVries. This is Braden, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ask me how he got the nickname Gaz.
He'll tell us one day.
Yeah, I'll try and work it out. That's a good mark over the other side. That's Claridge. Kicks the ball long. At the back was Wiggers. Loses possession. They knock it forward. They might have been through Clark. Ball again kicked off the ground. Further forward. Gets his handball. They try to get it back. I'm not sure what they're doing when they've lost it. Lockwood's kick. Oh, into the hands of Clark. It's come straight off the bonce. Goes forward. Wiggers. Back to Clark. And Clark's kick. Unconventional. Gets it behind.
A bit of quick move of the footy there. It allowed the ball to get to Clark. Was unaware it was coming at him and bounced straight off the upper chest.
So Tristan Downer was involved there a couple of times. Number 32. Devonport's kick towards centre wing. Oh, almost huge mark. Jessup off the top of Hazelwood. But unfortunately, unable to bring it to ground, Gary Carpenter. That was a ripper.
Could have been a contestant for Mark of the Year there with that one. He only had to hold on to it with an unbelievable effort.
Reminded me of Toad Lee, son of Gypsy, way back in the day. Dean Bull Cullen, too, he used to do that, except he had those metal stops. And
drive from India.
Yeah, that's right. They stuck in there. DePoli.
Nearly an operation to get him back out or stitch up, I think it
That's right. Yeah, he had the file before the games. He just sharpened them up. That was along with his fists. Good kick inboard there by DePoli, and that was to a leading Wiggers.
Wiggers has given him an option up there this game. He actually does lead up. What's he going to do? He's too far out to goal, I think.
Yeah, he's right in front of where the Stevens brothers used to live, Gary, way back when, the Devonport Blues days. And that was where the wet area was. Yep. So he doesn't need to contend with that, just the angle.
Oh, yeah.
And the angle's too much for him. And that goes through for one behind.
I think that's the second one he's put out like that. He needs to use that ball better now. He knows his limit.
So he's got one out of bounds on the full, one behind, and two in the first quarter.
Yep.
So Devonport. Currently one goal in arrears on the Goodstone Group scoreboard. Van Buren kicks the ball inside. Oh, that's a great mark. Getting up and taking the mark. That was Kindly. He's played on.
What?
Hazelwood, surely that's holding the football or dropping it at least. The ball goes inside forward 50.
Oh, pace.
That's not Claridge. No. Just can't quite get my head to think who that actually was. McGurk should have taken the football. We kicked in there by Downward. Yeah, my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. So Downward kicked the ball in. McGurk was unable to take advantage of it.
Got a couple of players down here in the forward flank area. No, they're up and about. But that was a great mark. I don't know what happened. He must have played on straight away, but...
Yeah, well, maybe it's evening itself out, Gary.
Yep.
Tyson playing for the free kick. He's going to receive it.
Yes.
So, haven't seen much of him after the skirmish at quarter time. So, Stan Tyson. Where did he come from?
He'd be Kent's boy. Is he out of Deloraine or not?
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, kicks the ball out wide, far side of the ground. They kick it off the ground. It comes back or ricochets off the... Look at that barrel chest of Blair Ryan, then goes back into a pack. We're going to get another ball up.
Tyler Kelly's coming off it, so he must have something to the back of the head. Had the bandage up at the back of the head, whether he's got a cut there or a bit of concussion protocol.
Ball inside forward 50. They kick by DePoli going forward. Over the pack and then goes through for one behind. So they continue to pepper the scoreboard at the northern end of the ground. So 3-5, plays 4-6. So 7 points the margin in favour of the Robins.
Both sides need to make the most of their opportunities when they go into that goal-scoring place because they're going to become real gold in the last quarter.
Kelly. Good punch by Bond. And bringing it back inboard by Nash. Didn't quite hit up to Polly. Bond again. Taking on Ryan. Barrel chests it out. Gets it across to Mason. Mason up and under on the non-dominant side of the body. Across half forward. Surely that's over the back. No, says the umpire. Ball comes out to Jake Nash. Red boots, red hair.
Beautiful.
Great skill. Kicks it forward, Butler. Plays on. Gives it to Keegan Lowe. He's got the opportunity to run into goal. And unfortunately, comes off the outside of the boot. and they're unable to take advantage, Gary Carpenter.
I think the best thing about that is the way Devonport moved that ball with ease from one side of the ground to the other to the grandstand side. I know it didn't result in a goal, but it could open up. Ulverstone need to tighten up on that.
Blair, Flanagan, far side of the ground, gives it to Lillico. Kicks the ball along to centre wing position.
Out.
And that goes out of bounds on the full. Jeez. They've got to continue to possess the football, one would imagine, the Ulverstone Robins, because the Magpies are going to come.
This guy's coming into the game a little. That's Kynan again, is it?
It certainly is. Part of the side. Oh, unable to take the mark was King Island's own Clemens. Ball comes back to Lillico. Lillico's handball straight to Ryan.
Hands.
That was quick hands. They kick it forward. That came through the services of number 14.
Charlie again over the shoulder.
Charlie over the shoulder.
Unbelievable, Charlie. One of those players you think you've got him for half a game of footy. You let him off the chain. In 10 minutes, 2 miraculous goals, Charlie Castles. Unbelievable, making the most of the opportunity.
Certainly does. Charlie Castles is a wizard in and around that forward 50. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have 4-6 apiece here at the Devonport Oval, and we're coming up to just over the 11-minute mark of the third term.
It's lightning, this game, Xavier. No side can ease off on the defensive pressure. As soon as you do, it's all over and it goes through the goal sticks.
Ball back and towards the centre. Inside forward 50, the Devonport Blues, and it's in the hands of... Is that Mason? No, it's Kelly. Lockie Kelly has taken the mark. Good lead out in front of Lillico. They're winning the contests from the centre, straight down the middle. So Kelly, shot on goal, splits the hey diddle diddle. That's better. So it's 2 goals now to Lockie Kelly, 1 in the first, 1 in the third. And they move out to a 6-point margin. 5-6, the Devonport Magpies at the 12-minute mark, leading the Ulverstone Robins 4-6.
And the difference here in this quarter at the moment, Devonport have had these dominant forwards all of a sudden can stand up and kick some goals when the pressure's really on. I think they both had the ball in the forward 50 the same amount of time. Devonport's got goals. Ulverstone's got a couple of points. Players are unbelievable. Charlie, Lockie standing up and kicking goals when they need it.
And number 14, I know who that is. That's Willem Atkins. Willem Atkins is number 14 out on the field. So, he's a late replacement. He was one of the emergencies. Come out from the Development League. Paramedic, young man. Devonport Football Club. Low.
Yep.
To Nash. That'd be Hingston. Hingston's kick. Goes further afield. Great smother. Griffiths on Bramich. Bramich takes it across the boundary line. Far side of the ground.
Be young Willem's first game, then Xavier, I would believe. Devonport's got a few debutants here tonight.
Wearing the green boots as well. Boundary throw-in. Had a good game last week in the Development League against the Penguin 2 Blues. And knock it forward to the Robins. Gaz de Vries, and he's not happy with the treatment. He goes on with it. The ball goes across the boundary line, and there's a bit going on over there.
Is there a free kick there? No, it's a ball up.
No, it's a ball up. Not exactly sure what's going on. He wasn't happy. Braden. Bryce gets the tap down. Doesn't go to the advantage of his teammate / brother. So Devonport have now got it. They've knocked it about 25, 30 metres forward. It's now at half forward for the Devonport Magpies. Laying on top of the football, that would be Evan Lockwood. We're going to get a ball up. 5-6 plays, 4-6, advantage to the Magpies.
It's a real game of defences here at the moment. In and out, in and out. Well, Devonport's away.
Taking it away. That would have been low. Inside forward 50. Ryan. Good tackle being applied there by Clark. Got the job on him. Good hands there by Bond. Intercepts the football. Bo Nash goes past Gaz de Vries. Going and getting it was DePoli. Back to Gaz de Vries and then on to Ollie DePoli. Throws it onto the boot. He's asking for his teammates to do something. Look at the tip rat. After the football, he's not clean. He's not having the best of games. This is the tip rat. And the ball.
Free kick back somewhere.
He's going to Devonport to Spears. Not exactly sure what for. I don't think he knows. He doesn't know what to do with it. Gives it to his teammate. Goes further across the field. Now in the hands of Riley. Riley kicks the ball onto Kelly. So this is Fletcher. Fletcher got a bit of time and space. Moves well. Kicks towards us. Oh, that's Atkins.
Yeah.
Atkins is all there by himself. Willem Atkins inside forward 50. Beautiful leg. Evan Lockwood.
Evan could have went on with it.
And he plays on now, and he's unselfish and kicks it to his counterpart in the ruck, and that might be Braden Butler.
Just incredible football there from Devonport. They really opened up. Ulverstone defence got loose, got one player loose, right from the back pocket, basically to the forward pocket. Not a touch on the ball by an Ulverstone player.
And Tyler Kelly coming back onto the ground. And the bandage around his head, Gary. So you were right. There might have been a cut there. Kick by Butler.
He's got it.
He's given the all clear. And they now move out to a 12-point margin. 6-6 plays 4-6. Advantage to the Magpies.
16-minute time of the third quarter. Just shows you how quickly Devonport can turn the game around. And I think the Ulverstone coaching staff would be extremely disappointed with that. I heard the Ulverstone coach, when I was walking past here at half-time, full room, want to be hard on the one-on-ones, wanted to be hard defensively to make sure that Devonport didn't get any free balls. And unfortunately, the Ulverstone guys didn't do that just then, and it opens them up real bad.
Bo Clemens getting some attention too on that right wrist. Down on the boundary line. Ball up. Bryce De Vries against Lockwood. De Vries has got it. He's wrapped up by Lockwood. Going nowhere. You can hear the constabulary, the coaching staff for the Devonport Magpies in the box next to us. They're pretty happy with what they're seeing at the moment. Comes to Kelly. Oliver. Straight up and down towards half forward. Almost a mark there to Kelly. To Mason, I think, who kicks the ball inside forward 50. That was Ryan. He's forward now with the football. He's battling against Clark. Still got the footy in front of him. He has his pants, strides, pulled down. Throws on the left boot. Has a shot, a goal. Unfortunately, doesn't quite make it.
Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable power by Blair Ryan. Just kept the footy in his sights and in his grasp of his hands and kept working and working. They're lifting Devonport.
Might be a Darryl Baldock.
Yeah.
Way back when. That's a good kick in.
If he plays the rest of the season, he could be a Darryl Baldock medalist if he keeps playing like that, Xavier.
Certainly.
Oh, ball.
So ball. That is holding the football.
Ball.
And Oliver DePoli.
And Nash, is he getting up? Is he going to limp? No. It was Ollie that got caught, sorry.
Ollie got caught by Willem Atkins. Good on debut, good kick.
Not very often anybody runs Ollie down.
It's his forward. That's Butler's been asked to play on. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. Flanagan. Diving on top of the footballs, Robbins, along with a couple of Magpies. So getting it up from the bottom there was Bo Nash. Oh, surely that's in the back. Yeah, Butler's going to receive a free kick.
Silly free kick.
Yeah.
Silly free kick, and Butler can kick that from there. He'll kick from about 45. No, he's going short.
He's gone wide. Not to Castles. Jessup just tries to go across his body. Top of the goal square. No one's able to get a fist on it. Punched through there. Second attempt by the big fella. That'd be Clay Griffith. So we've got a first of the rush behinds for the Devonport Magpies. Ball out the far side. That's Clark. Robbins. Awkward kicking style. This time it's effective. Lands in the hands of his teammate. That might be Jonty De Vries. Good to see him back on the ground. Is that 50? There was another whistle. What was going on there?
Don't know. Couldn't see that.
Almost a mark there to Fletcher Kelly. No, there was a whistle.
No, it's play on.
Now it's play on again. It's interesting.
Yep.
Anyway, Devonport have got it. That's Tyler Kelly. Jake Nash becoming more prominent.
Yep.
This second half. Low. Butler. They're away
here. They're away.
To Nash. Nash inside forward 50.
Over the back.
Just getting back there was Clemens. Tries to smother. Kick across the body. Doesn't quite get there. Lillicase first there.
Oh, he's caught.
And he's caught by Manny Jessup, who's going to get the opportunity to have a shot on goal. Let's see whether he uses his left boot or whether he goes with a banana, the check side.
All of a sudden, Ulverstone's just running really deep into the ground, got no real natural speed and showing a little bit of panic.
What would Dick Reynolds do from this angle?
Oh, he'd just kick it straight through the middle.
And that's pretty much what Jessup's done. No, it's just to the near side.
Dick wouldn't go with any side checks or over the shoulders. Straight, go back and straight through the centre.
Was that Jessup? In fact, was it 20? Who was it?
27, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 27. Yeah, it was Jessup. So that's his first score of the game.
Ulverstone's got to penetrate this half-forward zone. They're not getting through the centre of the ground. Devonport's defensive. Here they go again. Look at that. Beautiful Kelly.
Yeah, just tripped in, taking the mark. Good intercept mark. He's been one of the constraints that Ulverstone have been unable to nullify throughout the course of the night. The kick came from Zach Hazelwood. Anyway, Devonport have now got the football. They went across. I think they might have gone to Hingston.
One of the other Kellys.
Yeah, that's Oliver. Ball to Tyson.
Oh, they're just playing
Hingston
with him.
again, I think, over the far side of the ground.
You've got to go to him. Can't let him off.
Nash. Back to Hingston. Oh, that's putting Kelly under some pressure, but he's up to the task. He comes through the middle now. Jessup over the top of his head. Getting there was Mason. Pack develops.
Cannot let them just play with the ball across half-back like they were. Then Xavier just opens up Ulverstone's defence.
Topoli. Nash. Bow. Hands to Flanagan. Need more from him across half-back. He definitely sets him up. That's Blair. Jackson. Just in front of Tyson. Gets onto that trusty left boot. Good kick. McGurk. Haven't seen him this half. In the third quarter, getting back was Bramich. He kicks the ball out wide. Someone there, and that's Atkins, I think it might be. Stands and delivers. The ball's getting a little bit slippery in this humidity. It's still 88%, believe it or not. Nash has got it now in the hands of the tip brat. He goes forward. Lenane. Getting back was Van Buren. Yes. Has the ball gone across the boundary line?
Yep.
And we'll get a boundary throw in.
Probably the best result Ulverstone could ask for at that present point of time because they didn't look like winning possession of the footy. They've got to pick their work rate up. Devonport's lifted the intensity and Ulverstone hasn't been able to go with them.
Castle's back on for Butler. So they're trying to get a bit of a mismatch. Flanagan might be aware of that. He goes down towards Castles. Lenane overruns the footy. Steps back on it. He's needed to be clean. He put himself in a predicament. He's thrown into the ground by Wicks, and we're just going to get a ball up. Needs to make a statement here. Mickey Lenane. Get the Robbins up and going again. Oh, he loses his feet. Hazelwood there first. Tries to get the handball to Bond. Bond applies the tackle. Back to Lenane. Lenane hands the footy to Lamprey. Inside forward 50. Devonport are able to release the football, but a good mark has been taken. Jeez, Clay Griffiths.
He's well down the ground.
That's right. Well, this is within his range too.
Yes, I'm going to say if he goes back and gets the real power into the leg, he can probably put that through, and they need this to settle.
They look like big King Billy Pines, those pins. Let's see what he can do. Clay Griffiths.
Oh, no, well short.
Top of the goal square, over the back. Ulverstone Robin flying, but it's going to be a rush behind. So that's the first rush behind for the Robins. Trying to get his hands on the football there was Wiggers at the back. He was about 5 deep. No chance, really. Geez, we've almost played
23 minutes, 24 minutes.
24 minutes. Now time flies in a contest.
And Devonport have really dominated the quarter.
They have indeed. They knocked the ball from that kick in to Ryan. Ryan kicks the ball inside forward 50. Not knocking around there. There's Flanagan versus Castles. Castles keeps his feet. Kicks it across his body. No one there. He's at Bond. Bond's going to be first one back. He's got options. To Lenane. He's at the stretch. Nash comes in. Grabs him.
Tackle.
Across the boundary line.
Great tackle.
And as you can hear from the coach's corner, They thought they might have been holding the football. Maybe the smarts by the tip rat there.
I don't know. I think I would have paid it for the umpire. It was a great tackle.
Boundary throw in. Good boundary throw in too. Getting his hands on it was the big fella. Cruz. Low. Bond.
Yep.
Boundary throw in again. Right in front of us here. In front of the Ulverstone coaching fraternity. Grandstand side of the ground. We still have a contest on our hands. 14 points to margin. Favour of the Magpies. We're deep into the third term. Cruz gets the tap down. Ryan's there. Then they feed it back by hands. Over to Bond. Bond's kick. It's dangerous part of the ground. They up to it. Claridge is.
Well done.
Follows back up. He's beaten four. There. Wow. He's given away the free kick according to the umpire.
Not allowed to come and
He's not
stand
allowed to come and stand the mark. Gives it to Tyler Kelly. Kicks inside forward 50. Confusion reigns here.
Yeah.
And that's a great mark by Liam Flanagan on the last line of defence for the Ulverstone Robins. We're deep into red time now, coming up to the 26-minute mark.
I was confused with that one, Xavier. I thought he was allowed to, or should have been allowed to come and stand the mark.
Ball wide by Flanagan. Starting to get a little bit slippery. They feed it out by hand. Bring it back inboard. That might be Hingston. Inside forward 50 now for Devonport. Oh, good pickup. Low. Throws it onto his left boot. Dribbles it forward. Hazelwood's first there. Just in front of Willem Atkins. And ball goes across the boundary line in front of the Goodstone Group scoreboard where we see Devonport 6-9-45 leading the Ulverstone Robins 4-7-31. Wow. We are coming up to the 26.5-minute mark of the third term. Boundary throw in. Butler gives it across to Atkins. Atkins kicks up and down. Flanagan's there. Is he going to rush it through? Yep. That he does. That's a smart decision by the halfback.
Very much so. It's going to be siren blow any tick of the clock, I think, and Ulverstone's got to hang on here.
They need to keep within a 3-goal margin. 15 points it is at the moment. Bond at the back. Is that holding the man? No, says the umpire. Tyson at the front. Plays for the free kick. And he's going to receive it.
Downfield too, is it?
According to the umpire, it is. And Justin Clark is standing the mark, and I think the umpire's asking him to step back a little. And the ball is in the hands of Blair Ryan, the big barrel-chested Blair Ryan. We might see if we can have a look at the free kick.
You nearly chalked this one down, I think.
So Blair Ryan, steady as she comes. Shot on goal. Splits the middle. So Blair Ryan.
It's his second.
That's right.
2-2. That does put a gap between them, Xavier. This is a crucial quarter that Ulverstone has absolutely been dominated by Devonport. And I reckon their coaching staff down there would be extremely disappointed.
7-10-52. Devonport Magpies on the Goodstone Group scoreboard. Lead the Ulverstone Robins 4-7-31. Margin is now out to 21 points. We are 28 minutes plus into the third term. So, interested to hear what you have to say at three-quarter time with regards to what Troy Davies and his coaching fraternity have to do. Keegan Lowe receives the handball, kicks the ball into forward 50, getting back with the Ulverstone Robins. Jet McGurk's been sent back in order to be able to help out, plug some holes. Gives it to Clemens. Clemens kicks the ball forward. Bond is trying his heart out. They're able to release by foot, but there's no one home for them.
Yep.
And that was done by Logan Lamprey. Mark is taken there by Tyler Kelly. And at the three-quarter time, siren, just over 29 minutes, 7-10-52. The Devonport Magpies are leading the Ulverstone Robins 4-7-31 at the Devonport Oval. That quarter, Devonport kicked 5 goals, 6, Gary, to Ulverstone, 4 behind. So that hurts. When you don't take your opportunities, especially when it comes to the scoreboard, it can really come back to bite you. Goal scorers for the Ulverstone Robins so far. We have 2 to Wiggers, both in the first term, 1 to Jordan Kelly and then 1 to Bo Nash for the Devonport Magpies. 3 multiple goal kickers, 2 to Blair Ryan, 2 to Lockie Kelly and 2 to Charlie Castles and 1 to a single to Braden Butler. For his synopsis of the third quarter and what the Ulverstone Robins need to do in order to be able to get back into this contest. Gary Carpenter.
I think Xavier shows 26 minutes. You can turn a game around. From having 4 shots to 11, Devonport absolutely dominated that quarter with 11 shots on goal, and with that, 1 out of bounds on the full to 4. I think Ulverstone sort of let themselves down in every facet of the game in that quarter. Evan Locke would come onto the centre bounce first up and change that dynamics around there and started to get the ball out. And he won all the first bounces. And Kynan Lee went on to Bo Nash, and for the first half, the Nash boys were great. Bo was really great for Ulverstone, and Kynan shut him down, also become a very important player for Devonport, picking up a lot of possession. I think Ethan Bond, Jet McGurk, the players that was keeping Ulverstone in the game and doing exceptionally well in the first half, just absolutely disappeared out of the game in that quarter. It's about trying to get possession of the footy. And unfortunately, Ulverstone didn't get possession of the footy and then couldn't win it back. Devonport really, really clean, led exceptionally well. You've got your Ryans, you've got your Lockwoods, you've got your Lees, your Kellys. So many of them do so much damage when they're let off the chain. And, of course, Charlie Castles. Think doesn't get many touches in the first half, bang a couple of goals. Troy, what does Ulverstone need to do? Every player has got to go out and break even with their opponent and be responsible to pull this game up and turn it back on their terms. If they can do that, if they can win more sort of possessions than what Devonport did that quarter, can they turn it back? That's a big lead now going into this last quarter on a Dewey night.
Yeah, interesting to see what happens after three-quarter time. Addresses by the coaches, Troy Davies for the Ulverstone Robins and Justin Rodman for the Devonport Magpies. I hope you're enjoying the AFL Tas live stream. Round 6 fixture from the Devonport Oval, basking under the beautiful lights here at the Devonport Oval. 88% humidity, can you believe it, at Devonport. We've got a wedding going on just in the park across the road. We've got Dav's Diner and the wet area all lit up at the moment. We're looking forward to the fixture that will be played straight after this between the Devonport Magpie women and the Ulverstone Robins senior women's side, who have possibly been the best or most improved side in the NWFL senior women's competition. Nonetheless, at three-quarter time, by 21 points, it's the Devonport Magpies over the Ulverstone Robins. We'll see you for the fourth quarter very shortly. Out the back there, I think that might be Nolan. Comes back to Ryan. Ryan across his body. Top of the inside the goal square. Oh, they've got to boot the ball.
Charlie.
Oh, can you believe it? Charlie Castles boot the ball. It's going to look like Mike very shortly, as soon as he cuts those locks. As Ryan goes across the body with his left boot and he misses to the near side.
Point.
So Blair Ryan into the hands of Clark. It's come straight off the bonce. Goes forward. Wiggers, back to Clark, and Clark's kick, unconventional, gets it behind.
A bit of quick...
before the games, he just sharpened them up. That was along with his fists. Good kick inboard there by Topoli, and that was to a leading with the Devonport Blues days. And that was where the wet area was. Yep. So he doesn't need to contend with that, just the angle. And the angle's too much for him. And that goes through for one behind.
I think that's the second one he's put out like that. He needs
Devonport. Currently 1 goal in arrears on the Goodstone Group scoreboard. Van Buren kicks the ball inside. Oh, that's a great mark. Getting up and taking the mark. That was Kynan Lee's played on.
What?
Hazelwood. Surely that's holding the football or dropping it at least.
A bit of concussion protocol.
Ball inside forward 50. They kick by Topoli going forward. Over the pack and then goes through for one ball. Ball comes out to Jake Nash. Red boots, red hair.
Beautiful.
Great skill. Kicks it forward, Butler. Plays on, gives it Keegan Lowe. He's got the opportunity to run into goal. And unfortunately, it comes off the outside part of the side. Unable to take the mark was King Island's own Clemens. Ball comes back to Lillico. Lillico's handball straight to Ryan.
Hands.
That was quick hands. They kick it forward. That came through the services of number 14.
Charlie again over the shoulder.
Charlie over the shoulder.
Unbelievable, Charlie. One of those players you think you've got him for half a game of footy.
Inside forward 50, the Devonport Blues, and it's in the hands of... Is that Mason? No, it's... So Kelly, shot on goal, splits the hey diddle diddle. That's better. Yep. Got a bit of time and space. Moves well. Kicks towards us. Oh, that's Atkins. Atkins is all there by himself. Welcome back to the Devonport Oval for the round 6 fixture and the NWFL Senior Men's Competition, where Devonport hold a 21-point advantage, 7-10-52 at three-quarter time over the Ulverstone Robins, 4-7-31 on the Goodstone Group scoreboard. And Devonport again take it away from the centre of the start of the fourth quarter. Inside forward 50, Lockie Kelly goes up against Lillico. Lillico puts his body on the line. There's Jet McGurk, has been put back. Blair Ryan, though, crumbs across his body. What a start. Blair Ryan. That suggests Blair Ryan has been the best player on the ground, Gary, because he's got 3 goals, 3 to his name.
Isn't he just cleaning up that loose ball and then working at everything in and making the most of the kicks to goal? Great goal, Blair, to start it off within the 30-second mark. If you was as coach here next door, you'd be on top of the world now.
Certainly would be. They were pretty happy next door with what they saw. And we have not even played 30 seconds into the final quarter. Yep. So this looks like it could be one-way traffic unless Ulverstone are able to do something pretty darn quickly.
Ulverstone made some changes. You've got Braden at centre-half forward. I noticed Clay Griffiths somewhere up in this forward zone also. So, hello, free kick.
Bryce DeVries won that too. So again, Ulverstone's advantage, it is. And the inside forward 50 they gave this time. No one able to take the mark. Free kick to Wiggers. No. Play on, says the umpire. Claridge across his body. Straight up and down. Is that Claridge? It is. So Claridge gets one back. And that's much needed by the Ulverstone Robins.
That's what you need to see. A young Claridge there getting his chance at senior level, doing extremely well in the DL. Make the most of the opportunities. Picked it up off the ground and over the shoulder. Keeps him with a little bit of hope. Incredible. Lockie's had a couple of good DL games, kicking 4s and 5s, so he can put them through.
Back to a 21-point margin on the Goodstone Group scoreboard. 8-10-58, the Devonport Magpies. 5-7-37, the Ulverstone Robins. So the ball comes back to the middle. We had a minute. We had 2 goals.
DeVries again.
This time Kelly gets his hands on the football. Lockwood, I think, was held without it. Play on, says the umpire. There's goes DeVries. Feeds it back. They feed it back again. This time to Big Bryce. Hose the leg into it. Good kick. Finds his teammate. Plays on. Inside forward 50. They go to the Robins. Unable to take the mark was Blair. Goes onto his non-dominant side. Misses his target, and Clark. They're going to mop up. And that's what they do, the Magpies. Across half forward the ball is now. First there was Flanagan. He falls down. On top of him was Castles. And we're going to get a ball up half forward. Or centre forward anyway for the Devonport Magpies.
Just a turnover there deep in Ulverstone's forward zone, and the ball's back the other end of the ground.
Ball goes up, comes down. They fiddle around with it. Over towards the Poley. Gets his boot to it. Then picking it up. It's Lamprey. Kicks the ball forward. Half forward is a good contest. Tyson was a part of that. No one able to take it cleanly. Umpire says play on, and then he throws the whistle into the mouth and says give it to me. 3 minutes, 10 seconds into the final term. 21 points to margin.
And I think Ulverstone have got to keep the speed on the game, Xavier. Probably move it on at all costs.
DeVries to Poley across the body, over the boundary line, and we've got a lasso free kick going to the Devonport Magpies. Tyler Kelly, who would have been, in my opinion, up till that third goal by Blair Ryan, possibly the best player on the ground, Gary.
Yeah, he's going really well and got that head knock in a collision. I reckon he'll lift this last quarter and he still could challenge Blair.
Lights taken full effect here at Devonport. It's a cracking evening. It's still 80% humidity. Kelly at the back. And then, according to the umpire, that's... Using your body, his hands in the back. So Oliver DePoli now got his hands on the pill. He's looking for a call-up for the Tasmanian Devils, considering they went down quite significantly to Southport. He might be an opportunity. Oh! Fletcher Kelly up over the top. Has he given away the free kick?
Given away the free.
And he's also hurt Stan Tyson in the process. Wow, he looked like he had a Superman cape going on there.
That's what you want to see from your defenders, wanting to get that ball, and absolutely flew himself up over the top of the pack. But, give away the free kick.
All he needed was a green screen behind him. And maybe a bit of blue leotards. In the hands of big Gaz. Gaz de Vries.
It's straight.
That's a beautiful, looking kick.
No.
According to the umpires,
even the crowd thought it was the goal, Xavier. Everybody was applauding and up and about.
So Braden de Vries has got three behinds to his name. Devonport. Switch play. Back towards Braden Van Buren. Been much quieter this week, Gary.
Yeah, this has been sitting back there, I think, doing the general stuff, basically. Last quarter he didn't have to do much too, mind you.
Grabbing the wisdom from those grey hairs, there's no doubt about it, was Braden de Vries. Anyway, comes out now to Clemens. Clemens to Clark. Clark's a bit slow with his handball, loses it. Comes to Lockie Kelly. Kelly's handball goes over the top. They weren't real happy about that in the Devonport coaching fraternity. Ball comes out now wide to Keegan Lowe. He's lost it. Surely that was incorrect disposal. Now up to Bo Nash. Handballs the ball back. Not sure who
Keep it in front of you.
Number 11. And he does. For the Ulverstone side, that's Ty Nolan. It goes across the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Lucky to get away with that, Keegan, there.
Certainly was. Can't question his work ethic, though.
Yep.
Usually silky smooth. Cruz, Linane looking to come back on as the ball comes in from the boundary throw in. No one able to clear. Kelly loses it. McGurk, the Jet, lands on top of it, and on top of him was Lee.
So move McGurk back into the defence.
Is Kynan Lee any relation to Gypsy?
I'm not sure. I don't know Kynan's background. I know he was rated really highly by Quade Byard, our representative coach.
Wicks off the left boot from a standing start. Good fist there by Flanagan. Look at Castles, doesn't lose his feet. Gets the handball, Flanagan. Gets it over to DePoli. DePoli kick smothered there by Kelly. That's a good follow-up tackle. DePoli should be rewarded.
Yes.
And he is.
He's could have nearly been a 50 there.
His kick to Bond. Two up-and-coming Robbins. Ethan Bond kicks the ball long to centre wing position. Linane should have stayed down. What are you doing, Mickey? You got more wisdom and experience over the top this time. Look at that. That was great work by the tip rat. Gets it to his teammate who kicks the ball out of bounds on the full. Unfortunately, that was downward. So that's where they've got to capitalise, Gary.
Yep. Yeah, never had a lot of options up there. Only had one leading forward, but the ball come off the side of his boot on this dewy night now. And Braden Van Buren, will bring the ball back into play.
So Van Buren. Centre wing position. Beautiful exponent of the kick. McGurk. Across the boundary line. Oh, no. Is it McGurk? Yeah, it is. That's the Jet.
Yep. McGurk and Bond there. Clements off that half-back line, trying to get a bit of run out of there, I would believe, Ulverstone.
McGurk got the job on Mason. Mason, Kelly. Sit on people's shoulders, no problem. Lee, Kynan. Forward, inside 450, Lockwood. Good use of the body, gives it to Ryan. Ryan tries to kick it to the advantage of his teammate. Well done there by Flanagan. And he beats, with the body position, Charlie Castles.
Playing in front.
That's much better by Liam Flanagan. Not known for his physical prowess.
Not known for man-on-man as he runs off and reads the play really well, but he's done extremely well there.
There he is. Gets the 1-2. Kicks the ball now towards centre wing position. Out to Cruz. They feed it by hand.
Good footwork.
Good football. They have by hand again. Inside. Shot on goal. No, it goes wide. Not sure why he would do that, and why he wouldn't go towards the goal. That was young Nolan. I would have thought he should have gone towards the goal face there. He was trying to get it to his teammate who was running towards the pocket. That was Mickey Linane. Instead of being unselfish, son, take the responsibility upon yourself. DeVries, Gaz, handball, goes straight up and down. Butler, Tyson, wrapped up in a tackle. And we will have another ball up.
Ulverstone have been a lot better, Xavier, in this contested ball this first 8 minutes, but the quarter will soon go. They've got to make the shots of those goals that we spoke about just a minute ago.
Certainly. Gaz DeVries beats Butler. Kelly, Fletcher, gets back, misses the football.
Ooh.
Dash, surely, is that deliberate umpire?
Yeah, what's he called? Trip?
A trip?
Must have saw something out there. And he's holding his leg, so whether he got one or not down in the calf in the shin area.
The only trip I can see is the voucher he got from Flight Centre. Anyway.
He's got it.
Kelly. Long. Off the pack. Right in front of the Ulverstone interchange. And we'll get the boundary throw in Emily Eichberger.
Cruz and Butler. It's 1-on-1 all over the ground again.
Cruz to Poley. Feeds it back to Nash. Nash by hand. Jeez, that was good vision.
Good.
And they get it out wide. Ball in the hands of Downward inside forward 50. That's a great mark. Better, stronger than Wiggers. He's been prominent this last quarter.
I think you can rely on these Kelly boys, especially deep in defence.
Any relation to Bushranger?
I don't know whether you'd own up to that, but it'd be a bit of good history to have in your closet, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Body up, Charlie, body up.
Out near Walla Walla. Grong Grong Baton. Shout out to Bucky. Hope you're listening, Andy Buckhorn. Former Vice President of the NWFL. Well, former East Devonport stalwart. Used to play for Manga Player Cookadinia. Legend in those parts.
Oh.
Don't know whether you know, Gary, but Tommy Afey used to enjoy his company when he was involved with the Sydney Swans.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
I didn't realise Bucky was so...
was that 50 metres?
Yes, for sure. For sure.
That was I wouldn't be surprised if he has to make his way off.
Yep. Tyler Kelly.
Jordan Kelly, I think, is it?
Yeah. The beneficiary of the 50 metres, but turns it straight over.
Well done there to the Ulverstone Robins. Have got away with that. And that's 50. Is it?
You run around. Well. She's up and back because of the whistle here at the moment.
And you hear the wind there, ladies and gentlemen, coming through the mic, so apologies. Jed Spears, I would have thought that might have been a throw. Nonetheless, it comes out towards Tyson. Tyson's kick. Flanagan's in best position, gets his fist on it. Surely that's a free kick because he had his eyes on the football. Yep. And giving away that was Muscles McCall. Has now the influence he did a couple of weeks against Circular Head. So Flanagan back towards centre forward. Almost a good mark, running back with the flight of the football.
Tyler Kelly.
That was Tyler Kelly putting his head in danger. Fletcher Kelly knocks the ball out, and then they get the ball off the ground. That comes through the service of Riley. Bramich out wide. They got options. Devonport running onto the football, taking the mark. Jake Nash. He's also got his head bandaged up, I think. They're inboard now.
Charlie.
Castles. So I went from there to Kelly. Kelly to Castles.
Out in front.
Smart kick, low. Unable to take the mark was Mason. McGurk stands and delivers. Good front and centre by Ulverstone, but they weren't able to be clean, so they might have lost the football. Griffiths gets his body in. Low with quick hands out towards Tyson, and it will be a boundary throw-in. Unless the umpire says that's a free kick for a bump after he went across the boundary line.
Young Bond, is it? Give that away.
I think you might be right. So Tyson has the opportunity. He's a beautiful exponent of kicking, field kicking anyway. But he's on the wrong side for a left footer, right in front of Eric Webster. Kicks to the top of the goal square. No mark at the front. Numbers at the back. Lockwood tries to get his hands on the footy. Comes out, Muscles McCall. Bundled off the football. Good pick up there by Topoli. And they release. If not, just for a moment. Oh, they got
nothing to go
to. Indecision here. Flanagan's going to have to work it with Lillico, and they're going back the way in which they came. Back to Flanagan. Goes long. Oh, over the back, almost. Kelly mops up. Kicks the ball. I think they might have been out of bounds on the full. And he's just getting himself up now.
Yep.
That might have been Hazelwood over the back there. Flying for the Ulverstone Robins. Ball goes long towards half back for the Robins. Kelly feeds it to Kelly. Ball off the side of the boot. Butler runs through. Can't take it cleanly. They're going to relieve the Robins.
No one upfield to kick to's got to come wide.
So that came through Nolan.
Oh, free kick.
Surely that's a free kick. Bramage has given away 1-2 on Bond. No, says the umpire. Is that around the neck?
Yes.
So Lowe's given it away. He dropped his knees. That was Bo Nash. Possibly smart football. Bit of big going on there between Ryan and Bond, is there?
Yep, not happy with one another.
Well, Blair Ryan's chest to be like a punching bag. So careful what you're throwing your fists into that.
Well
Good
done.
mark to Polly. Plays on.
I found a player on
And
his
he
own.
has. Who's that? Griffiths, it is indeed. In front of Fletcher Kelly. And he will take the opportunity to have a shot on goal. They're 20 points in arrears on the Goodstone Group scoreboard. 58 plays 38. And is that 50 metres? I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Or is he calling the ball back?
Blue time off.
Or is there a free kick being given away further down the field?
They're going to a different player.
So DePoli's going to get the free kick. I'm not exactly sure what for.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, ladies and gents.
Come on, DePoli.
Oh, round the body.
Yeah.
Gary, what do you
He's
think?
nearly dead in front. Not
Goes
confident
round the
himself.
Has he got enough purchase on the footy?
He's got it.
He has, and they are within range.
DePoli Cuban kicks a much-needed goal. I don't know how he got the kick, but he's got it and put it through, Xavier.
6-8 plays 8-10, 14 points of difference. 58 plays 44. Let us know, Gary Carpenter, what the Ulverstone Robins need to do. We're at the 16-minute mark or 17-minute mark of the final term.
Can they keep this sustained pressure up? And sometimes they look a little bit tired and go back into the shell. When they man-on-man, Ulverstone can match it with Devonport. If they let Devonport go, they're in a bit of strife, so they've got to stay man-on-man, move the ball quick, put some speed on the game. Every player's got to be up and about. Every player's got to buy in this next 10 minutes of footy.
Great contest. Round 6, the NWFL Senior Men's Competition. Lockwood wins the tap to Polly. Last goal kicker follows up, kicks the ball up and under. Good mark there by Griffith, who's been moved forward. He hands it back to DePoli, inside forward 50. He's had a flying shot on goal! And he's got it!
Great goal!
Great goal! Oliver DePoli, stand up, son. Let's see whether the Tasmanian Devils are watching.
Great goal, exactly what you need to see. Take the game on, start the game with man-on-man, take it on, run it through, move the ball quick, and Lux are fortunate, goes through, well shepherded through too, mind you.
8-10 plays 7-8. We haven't even hit the 18-minute mark, Gary Carpenter. It's 8 points the margin in favour of the Devonport Magpies. The Robins are starting to gather some momentum.
We've got a real contest here. We'll see the sustainability to run this game out now, whether it be Devonport, whether it be Ulverstone. Either side can win this. We'll see what their fitness level's like and what their conviction's like.
Their tails are up.
Oh, nearly out again.
Almost had it there. Clark follows back up. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Oliver Kelly. They're going to have another ball up. Bryce DeVries looking towards the interchange. He's looking for a rest, I think.
He's not healthy out there. Looks like a leg's got a bit sore on him.
Same with Clark. Ball knocked forward there by Muscles McCall.
Clark's done a hip or something.
Followed up by Kelly. His handball to Wicks. Wicks looking back for Muscles. Loses the football out to Gaz. Gaz De Vries to Hazelwood. Slips as he kicks. Fletcher Kelly mops up. He kicks off the instep.
Wide.
And that will be a lasso free kick to the Ulverstone Robins.
Got to make these changes quick, these players on and off if you're injured.
Perceived pressure building for the Devonport Magpies here. They're within striking distance, the Robins. Clemens, big kick.
Oh, well done,
Good mark
Kelly.
over the back, Fletcher Kelly. He's really stood up in his second half.
Excellent. Great mark.
Goes back,
They'll
finds
spread
Tyler. Tyler Kelly.
Ulverstone's got to get one-on-one.
Not sure what to do. Decides to go right, and then just steps inside Blair.
Oh, how'd they let him
hits
out?
The target. That's Lockwood. Wheels onto his left boot, goes wide. The barrel chest of Blair Ryan.
Again, you've got to get one-on-one, Ulverstone, to stop this.
Asks him to go towards the pocket. The kick's off the instep. Bundles in there. Comes off the chest of Lillico across the boundary line. We'll have a boundary thrown in front of Lockie Kelly. 8-10 play, 7-8 on the Goodstone Group scoreboard. 8 points the margin. Gary Carpenter, we have the contest here at the Devonport Oval.
Been some great highlights in this last half of footy. We've had these turns of events, great goals. Ollie running through there and kicking a couple of great goals. Charlie with these couple of goals. This game's really on and really hot at present.
Cruz straight kicks the ball straight into the face. The noggin of Topoli loses it. Comes out to Lowe. Lowe kicks the top of the goal square. Good use of the body there by the Robins player. That might have been McGurk. Or was it Lillico? Lillico's kicks up and down. And a good mark has been taken by Castles. Right on the boundary line, front of the Eric Webster.
He would have kicked this before. He'll do it again, I reckon. He's going to back himself in.
Yeah, he eats these for breakfast.
Yep.
Riley coming off the ground for Devonport. We're right behind. Well, no, we're not right behind him, but we're watching what he's doing. Castles, that's not a bad looking kick. Not quite.
Punch through.
And we've got another behind to the Devonport Magpies. So 8-11 plays, 7-8, 9 points the margin. 2 goals are required by Ulverstone. Flanagan's kick towards, that might have been De Vries. Who's there first? Wicks. Oliver Kelly. Back to Wicks. That's across the boundary line on the full.
Yep.
Is there 50 umpire? No.
De Vries has lost his boot. It must be his kick. Time on. He's doing the boot back up.
Big Gaz De Vries.
Both sides are going in hard.
And there might be Nolan has just come off. Coming back on is Jonty De Vries. He's available as soon as Big Gaz has done up the boot laces. No, now he's been picked up by Jake Nash. Charlie. Oh! Almost lost his footing was Flanagan.
Oh, panic stations, I reckon, for coaches at the moment.
Flanagan plays on. Goes towards centre half forward.
Oh, Wiggins. No.
Over the back. Not able to take the mark was Wiggers.
Players are down.
And Griffiths was run into. In fact, that might have been McGurk. Ball comes back out towards De Vries. Big Gaz kicks inside. That's a beautiful looking kick. Getting his hand in there was Fletcher Kelly. That was unbelievable. And
beautiful.
Hits the target. No,
free
says
kick.
the umpire. Play on. So Spears is unable to take it. Devonport get their boot to ball. Castle's in front. Super fist there by...
Quick hands.
Yes. By Liam Flanagan. He follows back up. Drops the football. That's not holding the football.
No.
Umpire, according, he's in the wrong position.
He swung the boot at it. He did try to get it out. Swung the boot.
But according to the umpire, it's not dropping the football.
No. What an incredible play there by Kelly.
Great defensive efforts by both sides. Fist by Flanagan. Fist, flying fist there. Going back with the flight of the footballs. Fletcher Kelly.
Yep.
Here, look at. Listen to the Devonport coach in constabulary saying they want the tip wrap manned up. We're getting into the 24-minute mark of the final quarter. Ryan's got his hands on the footy, kicks it further forward. Unable to take it was Kelly. He picks it back up, kicks across the body, across the face. And it's out of bounds. And it's on the full.
Is it real? Oh.
On the full, I thought it bounced.
Yeah. What's the umpire going to find the footy?
Now we're going to get a boundary throw-in. We're at the 24-minute mark. 8-11 plays 7-8. Not much time left, Gary.
No, I don't know whether Ulverstone could do it from here, but it's going to be not a lot of time on, and they've got to win this ball and be bang 3 kicks and have a shot on goal.
No doubt they're building their self-belief, but they wouldn't want to go down. There's much improved effort. It comes out to Lowe, snaps across the body, punch across the goal line by the Jet. That's McGurk.
60 to 50. They got control of the footy. Can they use it? Can they get it from one end to the other?
Straight down the guts, they've got to go.
Now move.
That's what they do. They've got the opportunity. He just stands back and goes wide. I know he's hit his target. Bring the ball back inside, son. You've got it there. There's DeVries. He's still there. So Braden, Big Gaz, could have hit his brother Johnsy. He chose not to. He's gone wide. Blair, they follow up.
Unlucky.
They lose the football. Devonport now pick it up through Fletcher Kelly. Been best on ground in the second half. That's picked up by the burly Blair Ryan. Gives it back to Kelly. Kicks the ball along the ground. It's inside forward 50. Butler's got to bend over. The old man does. Gets the handball out towards Charlie Castles. Pushes off one. Pushes off two. Gives it to Blair Ryan. He goes wide. Kelly, who's that? That's Lowe coming back with the flight of the football in front of Spears. And I'm suggesting there might not be enough time. No. So Lowe is taking up all the time he needs and goes wide. Devonport still have possession. Inside forward 50 they go now, and that's too easy.
Yep.
Lockie Kelly's going to have a shot on goal. And that's about all she wrote, I reckon.
25-minute mark. It'll be a minute to go, if that. And Lockie again sustaining that pressure. Devonport can do it just a little bit better.
There's more class at the Devonport Football Club than the Ulverstone Robins currently. Nonetheless, they're starting to peg them back. The teams in the NWFL competition. This undefeated record will continue here at Devonport. Kelly comes in, shot on goal.
Oh, straight. Straight as a die.
What an exponent of goal kicking. And that is his third. One in the first, one in the third, and one in the fourth. He's had 4 goals, 3 to his name today, Gary.
Unbelievable. Actually, straight as a die. Beautiful kicking. He's kicked a couple of points, but that's beautiful kicking from a long way out. And again, it's just sustaining that and being confident in your teammate. Push the ball out, bring it back in, and that goal right in time on. I think it's curtains for Ulverstone from here. 16 points.
Yeah, 16 points. Lee Matthews used to say goal per minute. And I don't think there's 3 minutes left in the game. So I'd suggest it might be over there, just like you mentioned, for the Ulverstone Robins here at the Devonport Oval.
What 10 minutes of footy? It was great 10 minutes of football, the last 10 minutes. Let's see what this next couple of minutes bring.
Cruz against Lockwood. Cruz wins. Topoli. He's had a ripping last quarter. Has a bounce. Steps inside. Handballs the ball back to the tip rat. Follows back up to Stapoli. Possibly should have kicked the ball towards the top of the goal square. Jumps on top of Tyson. We're going to have a ball up in the goal square. Who have they got down there? Wiggers up against Van Buren.
DePoli brought that ball from the centre right into the 40-metre zone. By absolute pure speed and will to win.
Trying to pick it up was Cruz. He lost it. And there's Devonport getting the clearing kick. And that's the final siren here from the Devonport Oval. And it's 9-12-66. The Devonport Magpies taking the chocolates against a determined and resolute outfit from the Ulverstone Central Coast District. The Robins 7-8-50. So a 16-point margin. Devonport kicked 2 goals, 2 that quarter to Ulverstone's 3 goals, 1. So they had the same amount of scoring shots in that final term. Unfortunately, they were unable to capitalise, the Ulverstone Robins, and couldn't quite get within that striking distance that was required, and time eluded them. For the Ulverstone Robins, goal kickers on the Goodstone Group scoreboard today, 2 to Oliver DePoli, both of those in the final term, and singles to Bo Nash, Lachlan Claridge, Jordan Kelly and Jake Wiggers. For the Devonport Magpies, 3 apiece to Lockie Kelly and also to Blair Ryan, 2 to Charlie Castles and 1 to Braden Butler. Gary Carpenter, final summation with regards to our better players, what Ulverstone might need to do in order to be able to topple, or any NWFL side to topple the Devonport Magpies who go on their merry way, but just going down by 16 points. plus your 3, 2 and 1 from the round 6 fixture from the Devonport Oval.
What a game, Xavier. I think it's an unbelievable game. The patrons would have thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a great contest. I think one thing that stood out tonight was in that third quarter when Ulverstone pulled away from man-on-man. First half, they was basically man-on-man, contest to contest, and had the upper hand. In the third quarter, that seemed to relax. It wouldn't have been an instruction from the coach, but it seemed to relax and let Devonport absolutely dominate that third quarter. Overall, apart from the third quarter, I think Ulverstone matched Devonport. So there is hope there that the Robins could be the one that takes Devonport at the end of the year. Devonport, what do you say? Class, class, class and class. Just so many players across the ground that'll pull you out of those bad holes when you get in there and get your team motivated and up and rolling again. The coach has got so much at his disposal that Devonport can change. I thought at Ulverstone, Bo Nash, great in the first half, then disappeared. And the same again for Ollie DiPoli. Great in the last quarter, great at quarters, but these players have got to string 4 quarters together. I thought Bryce DeVries done extremely well. They had players all up and down the ground that slipped in and out of the game. I thought McGirt was great first half, same with Bond, and then slipped away. Then Bond was great again this quarter and a little bit of the third quarter. So I think, and even Wigger stepping up and taking that full forward role and kicking a couple of goals early gets them going. And you look at Devonport, you look at the Charlie Castles, when you want a couple of goals, really give them something. Then he worked hard in that last quarter to keep it in there. Blair Ryan, Lockie Kelly, Tyler Kelly, the Fletcher boys, Fletcher and Ollie Kelly, and Evan Lockwood in the ruck. I thought across the ground, Kine and Lee, you just sort of one after the other. I think with 3, 2 and 1, difficult. Well,